You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening. Welcome to the final edition of Outside the Box with yours truly, Kate of Gaia. Well, it's the final one for those that don't get it. Where to begin? Wow, that's an out the gate, eh? Has to be Saturn Day night. Of course it is. Set. The sun is set. Yeah. I had a great chat today with James and Mark and Mike. First with James, then of course Mike came in, then Mark came in. It was I'm hoping that they'll join me tonight so that we can bring back some of the moments of decoding the Coptic key, and it's all in the phonics. The Coptic key is assembled. That's the 8-pointed star. You'll see it at the front of Bill Donohue's Hannibal Lectern. Yeah, they're all clues. Anyway, it's the 8-pointed star, the Coptic key, and it does involve all the vowels. But more importantly, it's the with sound minds I'm interested in. The vowels, well, I'll place those wherever I feel like it, because it's dangerous to let someone assume your vowels for you. You see, that's what happens when you use vowels of your writing. So me, I've neutralized them because I know that they mean every single vowel. An A can be an E, can be an I, can be an O, can be a U, and can sometimes be a Y too. So the 4 letters that are contained within the Coptic key are the K, the spirit, the X, the life, the T, the note of love, the law of truth, and the Y, that's your tree of life. Okay, so have a look and you'll see the mirror of everything in the Coptic key. It's the K on its back facing a K looking up. It also contains, if you want, multiple letter A's, but let's keep the vowel L's out of it because we know that consciousness is yin, yang, E, and A anyway. Okay, so the Coptic key is the assembly of the consonants. So these are the lost consonants of Atlantis and Lemuria. So let me just carry on a little bit here. Try to discharge some energy. I did a card spread for both the Mayan and the Arthurian. See, a lot of people have a tendency of thinking that somehow I'm physical. Well, we all think that. You know, we play in a physical game, but I'm certainly most certainly not physical because I know what my energy is. And I know exactly what's happening here with regards to the interplay of energies. As, you know, like poles repel and like poles attract. And the game is getting decidedly faster. So basically I'm at the point now, well, something's going to give, and it's going to give real quick, and it's going to be a twinkling of an eye, and the rapture is going to happen, and there's only going to be 144,000 left, where the rest get to drop body and play again. Don't worry, you get Groundhog Day, you get to come back to your point of origin, and you'll be at the point of listening to this show, or actually, here's the irony, because my feeling is that those that are tuned in here are okay. So, anyway, it's interesting, to say the least. The riddle of the Sphinx, let me see. The Coptic key. Oh, I've talked to James and Mike and Mark about the turning of the seal in Ireland and what it really is. So the turning of the seal has occurred. And I explained it energetically, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But in the meantime, first thing I want to do is really play hardball with those that think it's okay to stick a spear in the crucified. The Roman soldier that threw the spear of destiny into the side of Christ. That's the spear you get to wear. That's your spear of destiny. So here it is, a special note to those that wished for me to save them. Well, I did. But you missed it, or dismissed it, more accurately. Trapped in the physical illusion of thinking they are giving, where conditions applied. Only one question remains. What did you want from me to qualify for your gift? I simply existed in an unoccupied space. Giving heat from the body. By the way, body temperature is higher than room temperature, so there's actually a giving of heat. So if you want to think about a hydro bill or heating bill, the fact that more heat came out of me lessened that expense. Just like a drop of water in the ocean still raises the level of the ocean after all. So I simply existed in an unoccupied space. Well, you weren't there, but your possessions around you were. That's what's possessing you. See, that was the irony of my own home. My door was open to all, without condition. The only time that would ever go out of balance is if someone kept taking and taking and taking without trying to balance their own energy, right? Taking negative, giving positive, ebb and flow. So when you want to be a negative tidal wave of taking from me, don't worry, this negative bitch inside, the true essence of the negative divine feminine, which is the bar magnet, the silence. Oh, I will repel you, I promise. And that repelling that you get will be you repelling back down the mountain into the valley for the kid goat you are. Only the true coats of many colors climb to the top of this mountain because they see their own mirror. That's the modus operandi of the one mirror mountain, you might say. But there it is anagogically. So let me carry on here. I simply existed in an unoccupied space. This is, by the way, a creation. This is a spell. Going out in its complete unconditional, accepting all things. I accept that those that wish to harm me wish to be harmed. Fine. Go ahead. Those that wish to judge me, go ahead. You're only judging yourself. See, I'm coming from a benevolent position. I want nothing from anyone. And the truth is, anywhere I've ever been in my life, I've always left abundance. But most could never see that. Instead, they would rather steal from me in one way or another. That's because they're possessed of their possessions. They're possessed of needing a savior. They're possessed of wanting someone to save them. I've encountered many people like that. I actually used to do that too. That's why I can see it. I looked in my own mirror and said, oh, better not do that. Better save myself. Yep, that's the ticket home. And I'm calling in all the ships. Boat number 42, all come in. So I simply existed in an unoccupied space, giving heat from the body, which actually saved on your heating costs, gave knowledge to escape freely, brought abundance, and somehow I am the demon that you must steal from. Imagine that. You are blind to real abundance based on your own greed, your own need for someone to save you. And that is your weakness or your weak knees. Your lack of Christ consciousness within. You are as but a child killed. Child killed, CH makes a cuss sound. Of this world. You were killed of this world and are condemned to repeat it. There's your P. Princess and the P? Well, I'll choose the princess, thanks. That's the ISIS. I can go on in every word here, but yeah, condemned, condemned, same thing, same sound. I can make it sound whatever way I want because I change the intent of the vowel as I wish because I'm a creator. You are as but a killed of this world and are condemned to repeat. There's your key row. This until you yourself awaken to the point you will be playing my role here. Enjoy. We'll see how you feel when you've placed yourself on your own cross of crucifixion to find the unconditional love. For those that you are still unconditionally loving to come and stick spears in you. Verbal, physical, doesn't matter to me. They're all the same. It's all about intent. You see, I live in the spirit realm. I live in the energy realm. And intentions are as spears of destiny getting thrust at me. Well, they will bounce off in the white solar mirror from this griffin, Leo sun, Virgo moon, dragon. We take the hex out of the griffin and we have the cry phonics, the cry of the phoenix. Can you hear her? I did. You're condemned to repeat this until you yourself awaken to the point you will be playing my role here. There are 7.3 billion in the lineup, so where are you? Did I ever negate you with a lack of gratitude for the gifts I see, that I accepted unconditionally, while I brought abundance into your lives? To what extent has your lack of emotional control caused you to want to destroy or undermine the law of truth I chose to stand in? What manner of tricks, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids, are your fully in control egos presenting? No, I'm done with you, and I grant you the crucifixions you yearn for to learn. Your wars to wear, your wares, I don't take your wares, you can wear them yourself, and your rumors of wars now come to pass where your energies, that's your anarchy, the key of the heart, or the chaos, sicken me to the core of my vertigo. And I mean that literally. Your seething hatred fully returns in your mirror, where I choose the Lamb of Peace. So please continue to see only physical attributes. To tribute? See only the physical tributes and miss the unconditional law of truth that transcends all these things. In your quest of ownership, be it homes, children, meat stick, relationships, you are a traitor and a traitor of and to creation herself. Enjoy Groundhog Day again, so mote it be. Postscript. So please continue to attack the only one who ever loved you unconditionally, and trade the ace of spades for the shovel to dig the deepest grave of all. The attack of shame is the mirror of blame. Wear it now, since you wear it so well. I no longer law and key ro. I no longer accept it. I no longer accept your perpetual attempts to crucify magnetic electric me on the cross to bear, the one that you need to bear, to leave it naked for the eyes and the ears to hear and see in the mirrors. Hear with your eyes, see with your ears. Where I wish no harm, N-O harm, you wish no harm, K-N-O-W harm. So Shylock, here's your pound of flesh nearest the heart. Feed well. To the error I see, may the sting of your own tail, T-A-L-E, sink deep. And to the braying donkey and your wife, enjoy the grid of the matrix you're in, that you haven't seen the spirit, but rather the phi psi call. Enjoy the harvest of your Virgo womb, tomb. Lovely presents to open. Sorry, all gifts of that nature I return. Just like that. If you are seeing the physical, you are fucking blind. And I will choose at some point tonight whether I will continue or be done with it. Pontius Pilate this whole thing. There are those that do get it, but I find it rather ironic that those closest to me never seem to. They pretend to. They say they do. But the mirror I cast is so blatantly blinding. I know, because it blinded me for a while. It was my own. And all I'm trying to do is show this. The ego, like the body snatchers, loves to imprint its emotions on others. And the ego will snatch body time after time. This is why when people try to imprint me with their shitty attitude emotions, that's all it is to me. It's just child. I will not wear that garbage. I have my coat of many colors. You all have that same coat. It's up to you whether you wish to wear it or not. That is your free will choice. There's no easy way to say this, just a simple way. If you see the physical only and are caught in the emotional traps and keep going in the literal circle games, then you are of this world, and you will stay of this world until you finally figure out what it is I'm trying to share with you. Those that see beyond the veil, across the meadow, pierce the veil of forgetfulness, that remember who and what you are, and there are many of you out there. I know, I talk with you. You are condemned to repeat this until you get it. Don't worry, we're all coming home. It's up to you whether, you go this round or you wait for another, 1,000 lifetimes or so. It's entirely up to you. Either way, you're coming home. Even the darkest of dark will come home, completely neutralized of all the evil that we no longer need. Emotions, well, that's where you're going to get evil created. That's where you're going to get duality, and it's shown in all of the sounds of the words and the spells that you are trapped in or have accordingly set yourself free of. And those that are seeing the magic of what it is I'm speaking of are well on your way, because you're understanding what's going on. So in the greatest joy and bliss of this game, I also have the deepest sorrow at the same time. I have grown long weary of people attacking me based on their own assumptions and presumptions of ego. The rumor mongerers go down. The assumers and presumers are now the consumed. Assume, presume, consume. Stay in Babylon, by all means, please, until you've wearied of it, as I have, and many of us have. And you'll be welcomed home, just like the rest of us will be. It's your call. Literally. Your ka-el. Your ka-se, cause. Now you can stay in the left and be the call, the called, or you can move to the right, divine right, where your rights actually have some teeth, pearly gates open up, and pure heaven pours forth. And at the same time, in the physical sense, pure hell as well. Because heaven is hell, it's easy to prove. Helios, the sun god. Hell, where Hades lives. Flip out the D for the T and you'll understand what it's all about. That love is hate, hate is love. Use the Coptic key, you'll see it. Remove the vowels that were assumed and presumed for you, and understand that every vowel that you utter using someone else's intent is yours. I'm merely taking your blinders off. So please feel free to think and assume that I owe you something. Feel free to think that it's okay to assume and presume and steal from me. That's okay. Have a look and see what transpired during any interaction with me. And take a measure of the balance of the abundance left behind of the things that were created had I not been there, would not exist. Have a look. Have a real look. And the spears that were thrust in my side are returned full. Unconditionally, they're yours. And I love you that much that I will give back the wars and the rumors of wars. And don't worry, you will get to feel the crucifixions as I have. And you will ask yourself the question, why do I continue to do this when people still want to just beat the shit out of me? Well, that's what judgment does. That's what ego does. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. It won't be this time, I don't think. And that's okay too. Take your pound of flesh. That's what you lust for. That's where you live. And that's what you will be until you finally wake up to what you are. enjoy the over again game. And remember, there's an infinite version of me in every one of your optional timelines. And in one of them, you're actually going to listen. It'll be this one in the true now of your conscious state of being, or it'll be in the other timeline once you drop that body you're in, to come back and do it again. Same routine over and over until you figure it out. Whatever it takes, you'll get there or you won't, but you will eventually. Anyway, I'm going to open up the line for Janet to bring her in, then I'm going to read out the spreads that I did today, and I know the game is over, so let's get Janet's mic open here.
Hey, love you.
Hey, there you are. There you are. How are you, hon?
Oh, really good. Great. Yeah, that was really, really intense. Wow.
Well,
but you always are very intense and very much of a singularity. That's what I got. You are just one talking singularity.
I
awesome.
know me.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you.
And what happens when you finally get to say what happens when you say I know me? Well, guess what you return to? Pure force, power source, magnetic electric. Yeah. It's a fun game, isn't it?
Oh man, it's intense.
it's been quite a week, you know. Not only did we, we've got the keys for the Vonage manuscript. Yawn. Okay. Yeah. We have the Secret of the Sphinx. Mm-hmm. Right, 3 circular muscles in your body.
And the KRT.
Yeah. Right, you got the three sphincters are your Anu, your heart as below, your heart at Leo, and your pearly gates, your heart as above. That's the mouth, that's a Taurus. And what comes out of your heart from above is a combination of both hearts. What are you creating in your Virgo, your womb? What are you creating in your heart? That's when it bypasses all the Taurus and goes into the Taurus pure. But you got to neutralize the words and the intents contained within them. Yeah, intense. Yeah, it's certainly intense. You should try being on the side of the fence. The grass is greener here, by the way. Well,
no
it's
doubt.
like this. Well, you got the grass. Let's take the G out and put in the K, shall we? The cross or cross. Yeah, the cross is greener on the other side. It's not the one you're going to get crucified on, by the way. It's the one you finally climb down from and go. Yeah. Welcome to the Emerald Table of Thought.
Yeah.
That's where you are right now. I can hear some egos going.
I put my emeralds on, my emerald mirror ears. I was working with that one the other day.
Yeah, the Emer Alt.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
It's just everything is just so connected and just so like I've never downloaded so much ever that, I remember.
Well, here I didn't actually grab it, but I will right now. I'm going to grab the Mayan book. The two cards I drew were Ahau and Manic. Yeah. Yeah, Man I key. Yeah, Enki. It all ties together. So here, let me just grab it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got. Just gonna grab the book. Tip tapping along. I actually wrote out. I did a Celtic spread. I only do Celtics when I want full answers to see where things are going. Double card spreads, just give an overview. So, let me see. Oh, energy. Isn't it interesting? Okay, let me see. What do we got? All right. Well, let's start off with the Mayan and go from there. We got the a how, and the manic. Let me go through the manic. That was on page 62. Infinity, of course. Everything matters. You just have to see. It's like the saying of for some reason, right? And instead of saying for some reason, it's for a reason. Get rid of the doubt, right? That's Piscean. Yeah. You must see the reason why. Okay, so here we go. Manique. The common mind usage is grasp or deer. All right, so let's take the grasp and fix that up. Yeah, there it is. Crossroad. We're at the crossroads.
Oh, yeah.
I'm showing you the end of the game tonight. It's done. We're done. And the qualities of manic are completion, gateway, open ink. Oh, there we go. Beauty, identification, right? Interesting word that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dance, right? Mudras, divination. Here, I'm actually going to mute you out, Janet, because I love you.
That's fine.
It's just
I love you too. No problem.
Just any sounds, it just derails me. So I'm in the silence.
This is just a phone. It's not a good connection.
It's all good, hon. So I'll bring you back in as soon as I'm done this. So just hang tight. You're here. All right, there we go. So what do we got here? We have mudras. So let me see. Oh, let's take the D and make it. Oh, look at that. Mute. Ras. Okay. Divination. So let me see. T. V. Ination. Oh, there's that transvestite thing going on again. Acting as if. See, that's where you can step in and out of all roles. You are not a physical meat stick. You are actually a spiritual being. The physical meat stick is all about ownership. It's all about that's mine, they're mine, it's mine, all mine, mine. That's your seagulls, right? Spiritual tools, priest and priestess in one. Isn't that funny how that works? So let's silence that little bit of a hex called P. We'll remove the P and let's get the princess going here. What we have is the Riast or rest and the rest of Isis. Sounds like all of creation to me. Yep, I'll do a little Nike symbol there. And of course an X because life marks the spot. It's right and wrong at the same time. Ego says one or the other. Spirit says, I'm good. Or coot. Coot? Isn't that an interesting word? Coup. Well, coup d'etat? Yeah, we've taken it over, okay. Or the calmness of a dove going coo. And that is in the T. It's the coo of the crucifixion or the calm of the kappa ta L. Remind me about that one, guys. I'm just writing kappa ta L. I'm going to show you why everyone thinks the slave name is the slave, and it's actually the master name at the same time. I love showing the mirrors here. Symbols. Okay, well, what are the odds that it's a tsunami? Hand. So that's Ha, which is, there's your mirror of aha, right? That is creation. That's the opening and closing of the DNA, the A to H. The A vertical to the A upside down to it, to an H, to an A, again, and it creates the X. It's all here. It's so easy to see. And of course the H-A, ha, that is mine, in the note of love, because we get rid of the D and put the T in properly. The number is 7. Oh, mystic power? Yeah, I'm really thinking that the creation of truth mind is the mystic power. Yep, we got that one. That makes you the MP, right? Color is magnetic blue. Oh, look, I found the blue blood. That's all this confirms to me. The blue blood is the spirit. It's not a physical thing. Blue-blued. How about that? The herbs are loose strife and dogwood. So lose the strife. Yeah, that means to find peace. And dogwood, well, let's flip that around into what it should be. D is the T. and the G is the K. So we have, there's that woot coming up again, right? Interesting word. I'll have to have a look at that one. That's pretty cool, actually, for the dogwood. Flowers are blue aster, blue chrysanthemum, blue cornflower, bachelor's buttons. What are the odds of that? And the flower essence is Madia or Mattia. Mattia. I have a good close friend, Matteo, that gets what's going on. Let me see. Expanding perspectives. Isn't that interesting? So if you're still stuck in a meat stick, you're only going to see things from a very polarized position. And the scent is sandalwood. Stones are moonstone, water sapphire, blue quartz. And you're only going to find gold in quartz, right? Or the quarters of the heart. And it's blue calcite as well. The element is water. Direction is west. Now, the shadow wisdom of manic, or manic, manic, depressive, indeed. You have issues of completing things, taking on too much, feeling inadequate. So I go through these and I go in my mirror, issues of completing things, no, got that one. Taking on too much, took on the universe, not a problem there. Feeling inadequate, not at all. Pressure, no, everything passes through me. Or scattered. Well, in a fractal sense, yeah, absolutely scattered. Issues of acquiring tools? No, I've got those. Thinking the tool has the power. That's being the tool. So no, we got that one solved too. Also the shadow transformation. Become aware of your resistances. Yeah, that's why I let things travel through me. I'm a capacitor, not a resistor. I don't have Ohm's law going on anymore. I just reflect it back out. That's why people get very, very angry with me very quick and run away, because I reflect it back instantly. And it's ego. We'll call it ego, and that's normal. I'm used to that. It happens everywhere, every time. You've heard it on the air. I live it. Become aware of your resistances and distractions. No, I got the blinders on this one. This horse has got the blinders on for the finish line. This is a run for the roses, and I see the finish line. Learn to finish what you start. Yep, that's what I'm here to do. Finish what I started. Taking satisfaction in each step along the way. Yep, got that one. Use commitment. I don't know. Am I committed to this? Maybe. I might do a show on occasion about it. Focused intention. Yeah, I think I've got that one pretty good. And openness to help you complete. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking for all the things that I need to scrape off and cut the last of the puppet strings. Experience yourself as a tool of the light. Yeah, I have no problem, Christ consciousness, on my knees to creation. And the harmonic wisdom is resolution. So, look, it's all resolved. Resolution. Resolute. And what is a lute? Well, a lute's an instrument, isn't it? So that's the res. Oh, what was that? Phoenician again? Res? Oh, that's right, duality. Res. O, creation. Lute. Lu, in lieu of. Yeah, well, I took the uppercase kappa ta lt in lieu of the lowercase crucified one in consciousness, E being 9. Okay, so there we go. Here's what manic offers you, or manique. Manique offers you a gateway. Will you step through? I'm already on the other side of the mirror, baby. Open to this opportunity. Been standing here waiting for others to open to it. Examine what asks for completion in your life. Don't need to. I just accept it. Within completion, there is a natural flow toward the new. Indeed. Be like water. Yep. With fluidity, move through the gateway that opens for you. Manique is there awaiting you. In receiving Manique, you would be served by looking at how you identify yourself with your belief systems, definitions, roles, ideals, and dreams. Should have seen what I woke up with this morning. Note what these identifications draw into your life as you open to growth. Set aside your usual framework and respond differently. Shifting perspectives creates new openings. Watch for the completions and new gateways being presented to you now. Okay, yeah, that pretty much covers it. So let's go to the mirror card of it. A how. What is a how? Keep in mind the things that we just talked about. And let me tell you what a how is. I've read this a few times. We've been at this point a few times, but best get your shit together, boys and girls. This game's over. A how. Lord, ruler, flower, or the flower, the one who creates. The qualities are union, or an ion, mirror, mirror, wholeness, unconditional love, solar mastery, cosmic consciousness, language of light. Yeah, got that one. It's called sonics, ecstasy, limitless bliss, crown, and solar logos. The symbols are the sun, dove, and crown chakra. Funny how we've been talking about the coup lately with the dove. Number is 20. The color is gold, and we all know what that is. That is just simply O, with a nice big X in the middle. The herbs are passion flower and blessed thistle. The flowers are protea. I love that. 4-T-E-A. Yeah, got it. For unconditional love, law of truth, in the balance of yin-yang, light and dark. Okay, that works. We got protea. Yellow chrysanthemum, goldenrod, passion flower, sunflower. Now the flower essence is the passion flower, or the, let's make it proper there, the spirit breath. Ra, re, ro, ru, whatever. Okay, Latin. Well, pro means for. T, unconditional love, law of truth, in the balance of yin and yang. Yeah, you got the. It's all there. Yeah. Where do we go to? Oh, the passion flower. So that's and there's your Isis. SS is in the goddess mine flower. Yep, cosmic consciousness. That works. The scent is amber resin. If you look at the color of amber, what do you got? Well, that's the ambiro, right? Amber is that beautiful yellow. And there's going to be a few people stuck in the other amber. We're breaking out of it. You're either breaking out of it or you're getting sealed in the resin. Resin, resign. Yeah, resign. So here's what we're doing in the resin. I'm here to re-sign my spiritual commission for a meat stick one. Good luck with that. Enjoy it. You've been doing it for long enough. You either wake up now, and again, you're going to hear my voice in an infinite timeline regardless. And you're going to either, at one point of these timelines, infinite realities, yeah, all things are possible. You are going to accept the truth. In one of those timelines, if you don't get it this time, may I suggest you go straight to that one? Just to save yourself well, in my case, I'm not really prepared to go another almost 50 years through this little game. I'm out of here. But don't worry, I'm still in your other timelines. I'm not going anywhere infinitely. Until eventually you join us all in the immortal now. This is what Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, thought, Hermes Trismegistus. That's what all of these teachers were trying to show you. I'm just trying to explain it a bit differently, I guess. That it's all about the energies. The coding was there. We've decoded it. That's the de of coat or goat. It's entirely up to you. Deed or dead. And you will make a choice, and you will make this choice tonight. Immortality and death awaits you. Choose. This is your fork in the road. This is your why. Well, there's your why. You want to be an immortal meat stick and get caught in the illusions of everything else? Or you want to carry on in the state of immortality as we keep moving up the H to A, H to A, H to A. If you look at the Coptic key, the 8-pointed star with little circles on it, look down from above and get all visual with it and see the unfolding of the infinite DNA as it spirals up. Or down. You see, that's the thing about a two-dimensional drawing. It'll either go up or down. I chose up because the ink on the paper actually raises it anyway, so I decided, hey, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to keep rising with it. The element is fire. The direction is south. The shadow wisdom is this: limiting definitions of self and the divine. Yeah, you'll do that if you're thinking emotionally in a meat stick. Loving conditionally with expectations and judgments. Yeah, I'm going to love you just as long as you don't do this and you don't. Okay, gotcha. Issues of ideals and identification. Well, that's a big one for a lot of people. Was for me. So the transformation's simple. Being love's presence sets you free. Okay, well, let me share this. I am willing enough to get you to hate me enough to love me. Because I'm only trying to show you the way home. If you think I have any other intent, then that is your ego imprint. You see, because only I know who I am, only I know my intentions, so please don't fucking assume or presume what I think, what I feel, what I'm doing. Because you are not me in that point of you. I am this point of you. Thank you very much. Stick to your own. Correct that point of you that is magnetic electric me. And stop separating yourself from the rest of us. U.S. Intent creation. The shadow transformation is quite simple. Being love's presence sets you free. Examine your concepts of self and divinity. Are you a meat stick or are you pure love energy? You can't be both. Oil and water don't mix. They look like they will if you shake them up enough. But they can never touch. They can never commingle. They have the illusion, like in Hancock. The closer you bring the oil and water together, the more mortal you become. And as soon as you start separating the wheat from the chaff, the oil from the water, because there's always an energy between those two that will never let them ever touch, the further apart they go, the more immortal you become. So in accepting all, you become all. If you choose only one thing or this or that in the physical sense, you're trapped. In the same way, and I look at things, this is how I see things. When things are stolen from me, and I do mean that in the very literal sense. It happens all the time. When things are stolen from me, I see that as something I don't need anymore. The item stolen, or whatever it is, energy, doesn't matter, is because they need it. Because they got some printing to do. Because they got some money to make. This shit just flies through me. It doesn't stop. And the minute you own something, you stop the flow of creation. You've stopped your Christ consciousness. Oh, I don't want to experience that. I want to experience that. Polarized. I simply accept all experience. And all not experience at the same time. Because the things that I experience are the things I experience, and the things that other points of me experience are what I don't experience because I already have experienced it in that point of view. So go ahead, get caught up in all the dramas of, oh, the poor this and the poor that and all. Go ahead and miss the most beautiful part of the universe, which is you. And you're so fucking blind you can't see it. So tonight, if I can get you to hate me enough, you might find the love of self. Or you'll carry on needing to steal. Needing someone to be your fucking savior. Needing something outside of you to blame because you cannot accept your own cross to bear. Too busy playing in someone else's backyard instead of looking after your own. I played that game. I moved on. And I'm one of the very few beings on this planet that can go back and look at some of the early radio shows. Listen to the fucking insanity of that. I can't. I laugh at it. But then I don't need to be right or wrong. I just simply need to be. Go ahead, have a look around you. Have a look at the relationships you have. What do they mean to you? Are you clinging to them? Are they part of you? Are they threads? Or are you seeing them as the pure love energy that they are, unconditional? Or are you busy putting conditions on them? This is why I let everything go. Let it all go. And simply put, if Sue and my daughters move on from this level, that's great. If they don't, great. I'll see that point of me in my immortal now anyway. It's inevitable. Not impossible. It's inevitable. We're on the journey back to the one. And we've got a hell of a game ahead of us. And if you want to keep playing in the same fucking playground, the merry-go-round and Meat Stickville, then stay with your Mar ego round. The sirens are calling you, sailor. Yeah, sinker sailor. I chose to sail this. Come sail away. Practice the art of acceptance and allowance in order to embody unconditional love. And that's a tough one for meat sticks to do. They're too busy thinking they're one or the other, male or female, and they're both. It's a quad. You're at war with yourself. I was lucky. I started the war at birth, so I had plenty of time to be wrong. I had plenty of time to prove that I was wrong, or tried to, and I failed. And the very same thing I used to solve me, that everything that is wrong with me is what's right with me, was what I put into phonics, is what I put into everything. I'm so very happy that so many people have everything that they want in their physical world. I'm so happy that you are being Klingons, fighting with Romulans. Me, I'm going to hang out in the neutral zone. There's no war allowed there. Even the humans can't come there. And when they do, well, the Klingons and the Romulans are going to come in and take care of some business. See, I live there because I'm not human. That's one of the experiences. I just choose to move on from it, that's all. Take the experience and go, man, cool game. And then move into another game that's a little bit more free, a little bit more fun. Or are you happy fighting with your systems? Are you happy fighting for your mere survival? So let me go to a how and what it's all about, and then I'll do the card spread. But I want to prove to you that being capital L letters is actually where you are the master. And all the legals are going, wait a minute, it means that you are the capitis diminutio maximus, you're the slave. Yeah, you are, if you are playing in the legal. But when you step out of the legal, that's when you claim your capital L's again. That's your spirit into the toroidal field intentions become yours. So keep fighting, keep playing in that uppercase, lowercase. Let me tell you what upper and lowercase is. Well, lower case, lower spirit of creation. And everyone's fighting. Well, spell my name out in lowercase. Yeah, okay, sure, I can do that for you, loser. Yeah, you're a little curse. You're lowercase. I can type you out of my existence. Never mind with the sounds and the phonics at the Magi Straits or the Make Eye Straits. That's what they're trying to do, get your eyes straight. Most of these entities don't even know this. But they've got a long way to go, too. It's not the forceful and the wealthy that inherit this earth. It's the meek, the ones that stand back and go, nah, no thanks. Oh, good. No, I'm good. I've got my French vanilla ice cream. I'm okay. My fava beans. I'm good. What a blessing to receive the star glyph, Ahau, child of the sun. You are solar consciousness, solar mind manifesting as the master with many names. You are the one who stands as a light to raise the consciousness for the many. You are the luminous triangle, the Trinity made visible in this world of creation. You lift humanity simply through your embodiment of the light. Know that you are divine, I am presence. There is no other. So listen, this is you. Listen. Hear your inner song talking to you right now. I'm just a nag, the nagging horse, the pale horse in the back of your mind. I am all four of the apocalypse horsemen. And I can be on any horse you wish. Drawing Ahau calls into your life the healing power of unconditional love. Bask in its replenishing radiance. You are donning its light of limitless bliss. Know yourself as divine. Know that you are already the mind of light. Return as a divine child of the sacred to the great central sun. In your every thought and action, radiate your I am presence. Unconditionally accept yourself as you are. Craft your light body and return to a home in the stars that you never really left, using the current of the Zavoya, the circuit by which all things return to themselves. Experience mystical reunion with the source unity. It's quite something. Be at peace. Receiving a how indicates that the activation of your light body is already in progress. Stay identified with your solar mastery. Sail on golden solar currents to your home in the stars. Move joyfully toward whatever creates bliss and ecstasy for you. Forgive, release, and love all beings, all creation, as the unconditional caress of the sun. Honor and trust the language of light held within your feelings. The spiritual compass that guides you home. Open your heart as a flower to the sun and become the same love that holds universes together. Or tears them apart. Put conditions on it, that's what you get. So let's share this nice Celtic spread. It's a 10-card spread laid out in a cross and a vertical OI. Okay. Yeah, I kid you not. It's a Celtic circle with the X in the middle and the 1 on the other side. So it is the creation of the I instead of the I of creation. You see, if you're part of Io, so I've flipped these around. I've already done this intention. This is your 1001, your space odyssey. Flip it around. So it becomes the O-I-I-O. Ohio, Bridget. Bridge it. Take the hex out. Now you're the bride. This is the bride and the bridegroom. This is a story of Christ and the bridegroom, being the bridegroom. Bill Donahue does some masterful work on that. So the first card in the center was the Ace of Cups, which, by the way, is the Holy Grail. Listen to the end game as we play it out tonight, shall you? The meaning of this card is abundance, happiness, nourishment, and protection. The beginning of a fulfilling, worthwhile project or cycle in life. Contentment, joy, and satisfaction. Lending one's skills to further a noble cause. Goodwill and divine inspiration. Fertility and productivity. Following a higher call. Receptivity to a higher plane. And receiving the fruits of past kindness. Remember that in the mirror, receiving the fruits of past kindness or reaping the fruits of past harms. What's going to be in your stocking, boys and girls? Big lumps of coal? The more kindness. Kin, to know. T, note of love. Ness, in a state of being. The more you know the law of truth in that state of being is going to be a measure of the stocking that is going to be filled with joys beyond joys, or big lumps of coal that you get to return on the Groundhog Day merry-go-round for you to compress once again to try to create your diamonds. May I suggest the former? Haven't you had enough pressure? Welcome to the pressure cooker of Earth. And I know there are many of you that are diamonds out there. Blessed are those who witness the marvel of the Holy Grail. If one were to think of the Holy Grail as merely the material object of the quest, all hope of enlightenment is lost. Physical, get it? To benefit from and understand the enduring fascination of the legend, the Grail must take on its higher significance. Though we may not comprehend its mysteries, if the Grail is thought of as a sacrosanct symbol of the divine presence, the quest may begin. In essence, the Grail is ever present, though not all recognize it. All nature can be considered a manifestation of the Grail and its omnipotent water, Judging by our internal response, one may suspect that music and art are gifts of the Grail, and a glimpse of the grace and beauty which lies beyond. And it is something. Quite something. Though the knights covered physical distance in their search, their true quest was of an inner nature. Their adventures served as catalysts, tempering, stressing, and accelerating their development until eventually they transgressed their limitations of thought, allowing the light to flood in. In this expansion and temporary dissolution of the self, one becomes immersed in the spirit of the Grail, absorbing but not necessarily understanding its mysteries. This is the ultimate mystical experience and communion sought by the knights and many souls of past and present. The Grail has a number of symbolic guises, some of which are the chalice, cauldron, dish, or platter. Celtic legends abound of otherworld cauldrons whose attributes closely resemble those of the Grail. The echoes, The cauldrons of the Celtic tales were the source of inspiration and unearthly knowledge. Some were said to have the power to restore life and provide enough food to sustain entire communities. See what we left? Time to go home. The Cauldron of Plenty motif survives in the Christianized versions of the Arthurian legend, with the Grail appearing as food-providing vessel that feeds the entire fellowship of the Round Table. The similarities have led some to believe that our conception of the Grail is a blend of the pagan Celtic cauldron and the Christian chalice of the Last Supper. They're both the same. It's the anagogic. You are the Grail that you must empty in order to be filled. And any emotion you have is proof that you haven't emptied your fucking cup yet. Any manner of attack on any other is merely that. Where the only acceptable answer is okay. Creation of spirit. So keep fighting, please. As I draw nails from your hands on the cross, you insist on taking a nail gun and pumping them back in. Okay, my hands are washed. Knock yourselves out. Moving on to the second card. I won't do them all, but I figured at least the first and the last card should be the ones read out anyway. Second card. This one is the one that sealed it for me. Now the first card, just so you know what it means, it indicates the querent or the asker in relationship to the present situation. Well, see, I ask for the all in third party. So this spread is yours. And every Celtic spread, every time these divinations come out, they are for a reason. Perfect in all ways. The imperfections are the things that we think we see, but we don't. Ego wants to polarize the shit out of it. So anyway, the first card is the all in relationship to the present situation. So those that accept it have the Holy Grail. And those that do not. I won't even tell you the question you will ask yourself to prove that you have it. Because you've already proven it to yourself. Just ask, was it you or an ego that answered you? Position 2 represents the positive forces or assets in the all's favor. Card number 2 was the Hanged Man, ruled by Neptune. In the Arthurian, it is Castle Perilous. Indeed, it is the K-A-S-E-L, perilous. The meaning is this, and this is beautiful when you see the mirror. Restriction, self-sacrifice, championing the noble cause of others, feeling drained of energy and resources. Had enough. Suspension of plans. I'm good. I'm going peaceful here. Seeming to have no control over the events in one's life. Not that I need any. I'm good. I just look at those that think they want to have control. A wise and sometimes temporary surrender in order to conserve energy. Have at her. Enduring self-sacrifice is a part of the initiation. Normal. That's normal to me. Some people are going, oh, what? And it's not sacrifice, it's just accepting all things. The experience and teachings of recent trials renews a sense of peace and heightens the feeling of being alive. Oh, most assuredly. Intuition and psychic abilities are attuned through suspension. That's the great big shut the fuck up and hang out. Like the hanged man. Hang out in your silence for a while. So that's a good asset. I'd say that's a powerful asset. Card number 3 is Cernunnos. Card number 3 represents a message from the higher self. It also can reflect the potential and aspirations. So let's see what it says, boys and girls, because it's story time with Kate tonight, and I love having story time because I get to play. This is playing. Ah, look at that. It's ruled by Capricorn, no less. The higher self. The coat of many colors. And it is the horned one, card 15, Cernunnos. Se-ro-nun knows. Yeah, the creation of spirit breath in Nun, the creator and destroyer. Yeah, this bitch knows. None shall pass. And off she goes. The horned one, the meaning is the oppression of an unhealthy situation revives the primordial nature of oneself. That is not looking at your own ego to see it. If you have an emotional response to something, that is ego. That is what you need to look at. And that's why all I can do now is put a solar mirror up and try my fucking damnedest to absorb all the negative shit that people love to throw at me. It does. It makes me physically ill. I can only transmute so much hate. But please, continue on with the hate, because you will get there eventually, and I hope you do, because that's my intent. I love you that much. I love you enough that you can hate me as much as you need to find your way home. Have at her. It's not self-sacrifice, because I know what it is. I know when a being is trying to save themselves, so please, hate me. How this energy is used determines the positive or negative interpretation of the card. Well, you see, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Just depends on how you look at it. When channeled, it can empower motivating, courageous, and liberating feats. These animal instincts can also serve to protect us, an internal alarm system warning against danger. For the meat stick, indeed. Though an encounter with the shadow is enlightening, its awesome seductive power can be overwhelming, leading to a disorienting experience. Oh, I'll spin your ego out. No problem. If the primitive instinctive nature is not integrated but allowed to rule, behavior becomes reckless. The ego will take over and it will consume you. Then you are the horned one. That is the Satan, the hell within. Who ruled hell? Hades. Flip out the D and what have you got? Hates. I am heaven and hell. And willing to be either. It doesn't matter to me. And at times self-destructive. The ego is all about self-destruction in its physical procreation. This leads to the more traditional interpretation of the card. Violence. Yep, seen that. Controlling relationships. Yep, seen lots of that. Promiscuity. Yep, and drug abuse. There you go. Right, so there's the second card. I could expand on that one in so many ways. You see, only the physical sees all of these things: the violence, controlling relationships, promiscuity, and drug abuse. Only the physical sees that. The spiritual has none of that. The spiritual is all about creation of energy. It's all about creating positive energy. Whatever puts a smile on someone's face is my intent as my L. There are no conditions attached. I cannot be owned, nor will I ever want to own anything or anyone. I'll leave that for the dead meat. I think that's fair. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Have at her. Knock yourself out. You're missing it. Stay in your victim mindsets. Stay in your polarized views if you wish. You will never find the path home, not this lifetime anyway. And I'm a master carpenter. I'll build a pine box forever once. I've got all the time in the universe. I'll put that box together for you. I'll put you in the box. You want to be in it, so there you go. I'm outside the box. You know, you had generation, what was it? The baby boomers. There's your BB. I'm 64, the last of the baby boomers, so there's the Christ consciousness upon itself. What came next? Well, X generation. Okay, so now we got the BBX. What's next then? What's the next cycle? Well, it's creation. Oh. There's your box. Outside the box. Just a coincidence, though, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so, too. So moving to the 4 card, which is number 9, the Hermit. And what is a hermit? Well, it's hermetic, right? Ruled by Virgo, no less. And the card in the 4th position is the preoccupation of the subconscious, which does not exist. That's a fraud. Ion slip, filled with lots of junk. There is no subconscious. There is what you know versus what you're aware of knowing in the all-knowing state that you already are. We don't move up a knowing ladder. We move up in a state of awareness. What are you wearing? What is your address to dress? Where on Jacob's ladder are you? This filters into waking life, affecting moods and outlook. Well, moods, I'll leave that for the moons, or the moots, the silenced ones. Your point is moot if you are in a mood. Your intent is silenced. So thank you. Please keep shouting and screaming at me. Please. Because while you do that, I'll just create in the silence anyway. And I will grant every fucking wish you offer me. Fortunately, and for some unfortunately, I have that power and it's unconditional. And those that wish me harm get it back in a white solar mirror. So it is my wish, because I have no harm towards another. And I don't care what you've done to me, I wish you no harm. If it is your wish to no harm me, K-N-O-W, harm me, then you are doing that in full awareness of the consequences. There's your little box of shit wrapped with a bow, handed back. You get to open it. And it's Christmas morning. Every moment of now. In a state of Christ consciousness, what else would it be? What was Christmas all about? Opening presents. And now they're opened instantly. You throw it, you get it. That's how it works. Bounces off the white solar mirror on the other side of this looking glass that I'm trying to show the way to. So this represents a preoccupation. This is the underlying theme of dreams and the emotional undercurrents in the querent's life, or the all's life. The Hermit, ruled by Virgo, go figure, is Lancelot in exile. Look at the love triangle of Lancelot, Arthur, and the Queen of Guinevere. Keeping in mind that Guinevere is the male intent, embodied with a physical female meat suit. And the two males are the divine feminine embodied in the masculine suit. It's all backwards here. That'll explain how wars happen. Crazy ass chaos inside pure intention with a gun. And they like putting lead, to punch into your gold. Yeah, they'll turn lead into gold. Right through your heart. On a silly, chaotic battlefield somewhere. So here's the meaning. This is a preoccupation. A need for solitude. Caring for the soul. Take care of you. Please. Recuperating and slowly centering oneself. It takes time. Everyone's in a hurry. It takes as much time as you need, or as little time as you need. Cherishing time alone. Examining one's true feelings. Start looking in yourself instead of the fucking dramas you keep getting caught up in. Including the dramas that people like to keep me caught up in that I have no time for. Take your shots and run, please. That gives me solitude. Examining one's true feelings. Consulting the wisdom within. You know it all. You are a know-it-all. You're just not aware of it. I'm trying to make you aware of it. A need to pay close attention to dreams and the poignant teachings they can embody. Oh yeah, they're powerful. Traditionally, the hermit can represent a meeting with a wise person who may aid one's search. But ultimately, the answers one seeks must be found within. Only then can they be fully realized. If you're trying to see things from my eyes, then you're fucking blind and not using your own. Best maybe start doing that. Turn the eyes inwards. Start asking where the emotion is coming from, what is attached to it. What possesses you? What is your physical lust string that is holding you here emotionally? And if you can't cut it this time, don't worry. Plenty of room at the fair. Don't worry, that's where Pinocchio got dragged into, and you know what? It turned out all those little boys, they all turned into the asses they were. Wearing the wrong Don key, you know? Yeah, interesting. So there we go. That was the fourth position. Let's go to 5, past events and influences that color and give rise to the current situation. What was in the 5 spot? Oh, the King of Shields. Looks like Uther. Imagine that. What is Uther? Where have we come from? This is the rung you stand on to move forward. An authority figure who possesses great leadership abilities, a decisive, courageous man, a loyal, supportive husband, a distinguished man of strong character, an admired businessman, security, protection, sound investments, profitable business maneuvers, expansion, and progress. Put that in the spiritual and you'll get an idea of what it's really talking about. Oh, in the physical, look, I got money and investments and profitable. No. It's not how it works. Pro, Phi, Ta, Bull. For the creation of gratitude in the Taurus field. Biz, well, biz means twice, doing it twice, repeating. Ness, well, in a state of doing it twice. So, well, we know what that means, so we check that one off the list. Maneuvers, well, that's what you do. You get out of the way. Carrying on, number 6 was the 5 of Shields. Very interesting, because this is so perfect. 5 of Shields. You ready for the rapture? In the hex position, number 6, the yin, this is a creation of the light position. I'll get to consciousness shortly. Represents the state of the all's relationships with others. So I put myself in the center of this, as you should for yourself, to see a panoramic view. So this is the state of your relationships with others and mine. If you're awake, you'll understand this. If you're not, you won't. So here's the 5 of Shields. The wasteland. Meaning the exhaustion of resources. Sounds like game over. Lack of money and energy. Well, in the physical sense, yep, glad to have it. Struggling to stay afloat. Nope, floating nicely. Undergoing a desolate phase in life. This is what you can expect if you stay physical. Being faced with a barren landscape. Fighting to keep one's spirits up. Feeling abandoned. Having to adapt to a change of fortune. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that. Yearning for guidance. I've been trying to share. Moving on in search of nourishment, and you are starving for a lack of knowledge. I think a certain teacher shared that once. My people die of thirst for a lack of knowledge, the waters of truth. Temporary hardships and poverty. There you go. The destitute inhabitants travel their wasting lands. Go ahead, hang out there. I'm good. I moved on. 7 position. The 1 and 7 always directly relate to you and me individually. And it turns out to be the 2 of Cups. Imagine this. Tristram and Isolde. There's your positive, negative. Let's get to it. Okay. Now the 7th position says this. Your psychological state and attitudes which can greatly affect the outcome of the matter. And when you see the outcome, you may want to shift your gears a little. Instead of grinding other people's gears with yours, how about you get your own cog in order? Remove the hex and become the coke or the cock. The rooster. The roaster. The spirit breath of the divine feminine. So position 7 indicates the psychological state and attitudes which can greatly affect the outcome of the matter. Yeah, matter, that's what you're creating. Fact. 2 of Cups. So here's what it is. It's beautiful. Love, union, rapport, the forming of strong emotional bonds, mutual understanding and sympathy, the sharing of a common experience, joy and contentment, confiding in another, emotional stability within a romantic relationship, harmonious domestic life, the beginning of a trusted partnership, pleasure and comfort, can indicate falling in love, engagement, or marriage. This is the Christ consciousness, the bridegroom and the bride. I say I do. Moving on to the 8th position, which is the environment and unseen forces influencing the situation. And it is number 5, the Hierophant. Major Arcana. Interesting it popped in here, but I know why. Because it's ruled by Taurus, the creation field. This is the environment and unseen forces influencing the situation. This is the Taurus that you are creating through, and your surroundings are a direct indicator of that. Is Taliesin, the gratitude of calm in the spirit mind. Ta-li-si-en. Yeah, that works for me. The hero, font. Well, the PH can be an S, can't it? So we have the hero, say, ent, the creation of mind. Might have something to do with Heracles. Yeah, it does. Ties right back to the 12 labors. And hopefully you're still not trying to give birth to any one of those. And I pity the fool. Well, that goes back to Percival. I pity the fool, Mr. T. That still has all 12 labors to go through. You'll typically find them at the DVD counter at Walmart. It's okay. Everyone's coming home. This is why it's so laughable. You choose whether you're coming now or later. It's up to you. If you don't choose now, well, you got a meat stick box waiting for you. Me? I'm good. So the Hierophant is this. A person with experience he or she is willing to share. An authority. A kind and generous mentor who nurtures spiritual awareness. A medium to a higher plane. Advocate of tradition. Blessings, education, religious ceremony. Well, we'll take that. We'll make that spiritual. And it's not about ceremony. It's just about doing. Initiation, drawing comfort and security from one's roots and paths, roots. Laying a foundation for a belief system. Well, there's no beliefs here. And there is a belief, right? Be the Lee. of the heart, Li Fa, the calm of heart. Encouragement to explore the framework of a religion or doctrine. Well, we kind of solved both of those. They're out of the way. Feeling constricted by the attitudes of society as a whole. Yeah, it certainly is a whole some days, isn't it? Pressure to live up to the expectations of others. Well, you see, I don't. Yet so many wish for me to live up to their expectations as to how they want to control their environment from the meat stick perspective, and they're missing the energies. Everyone's blinded by the physical. I just opened my eyes. They're on the sides of my head. The predator? Well, that's what's out front. Predators have their eyes facing forward. The peaceful herbivore has their eyes on the side of their head. And the joy of having eyes on the side of your head and in front doesn't matter, because you've got a 360-degree view. Easy to prove. Snap your fingers behind your head and you can locate where that sound is coming from. You can see it. You can see it with your ears. That's what it means to see with your ears, where you have been deafened by your eyes. Light is just a higher frequency sound. And look at all the little dancing pixies. Ooh, they're so much fun. Please put me in the box. I want to go back in the ground so I can come back to that same game and go back through it again, because I really fucking sucked this time too. No, I'm good. I'm moving on. Woohoo! The traditional interpretation of the card is orthodox behavior. Well, ortho. Yeah, docs. I can get into breaking it all down. I won't right now. But you know where it goes. It all goes back to the same thing. Conforming to a system or organization. Yeah. Psi stem, spirit stem. This is your tree of life growing out. Or you can stay in the cyst M with all your little cesspools and all your cesses. What's the other thing? Canker. Canker sores? Banker, canker, wanker, bankster. Oh, it's all fun. Until somebody gets an eye poked out. If that eye offend thee, you better do it yourself. Quit relying on me to be a bitch. Like I said, I'll decide whether or not I'm going to continue on after tonight. It's not empty this time because I'm weary. So let's move to the number 9, which is the hopes and fears of the individual. Well, considering I don't have any hopes or any fears, I just accept all things. Let's just see what it says anyway, shall we? What was in the 9 position, Bob? That's the Christ consciousness and creation of Christ consciousness. Oh, look, it's a 7 of spears. Isn't that interesting? 7 of spears, I haven't even looked at it yet. What is it? Oh, it's the Arch of 12 Kings. 12 kinks. You got some kinks in your armor? Well, let's try to find these kinks in your armor. So the hopes and fears. Overcoming adversity. Adver psi t, right? To truth in the spirit of love in consciousness. Or you can take it negatively. In adversity, it means something bad. No, it means actually something quite good at the same time. So yes, no, you're absolutely right, wrong. And I can tell you're moving up down the ladder. It's perfect. Imperfect. Overcoming adversity, gaining recognition and the confidence of others, surmounting obstacles. Obstacles, yes. To go against. Stay, yeah. I'm against staying. Calls. Oh, harvest. But, oh, look. I'm also for stay, clay. For holding the key. So, obstacle, there's a plus minus. That's a discharged word. Let that one get out of jail, shall we? Promoting unity and encouraging all sides to work together for the common good. Defending and nurturing a broad and noble vision. Protecting new and fragile growth. Oh, will I protect? Mama's in the nest. Sustaining the effort needed to realize one's goals. Courage, strength, and success. Does take a little bit of effort. Not a whole lot, though. The hardest thing that people have to do is sit down and shut up. And you will do it kicking and screaming. I love listening to Bill Donahue when he talks about people coming out on the Tuesday nights. You know? Oh, you can't get off the couch, can you? You can't. You got to watch that TV show. You'll think of every excuse in the world to spend time away from you, because the ego, that's the last thing the ego wants. It wants to keep you trapped here. That's the program. It's meant to keep you here. So please, give in to it. Get angry. Get jealous. Oh, what? The Lord thy God is a jail us God. Knock yourself out. Don't see the blessings contained within it. Fuck no. Don't see the net results of anything. Just stay in that little hate zone and go circular. And I'll watch you. It's like watching mice going through a maze with no food in it. And they'll walk until they die. So the final outcome, what is the final outcome if you can pay attention to all the lessons? Well, let me tell you what it is. The final outcome is Arthur, the emperor, ruled by the ram, Ares, and not the god of war, Ares, A-R-E-S. All you got to do is put the I, back in the ram to become the higher Aries instead of the lower Aries. Coincidental that it's same word, same sound, different spelling. Yeah? And it's very easy to prove what you need to do. Get yourself into the eye of the ram to become the high ram. Oh, you're waiting for someone to hold your hand and walk you there. Got to tell you, if I'd never written a thing or any documents or anything to bring awareness to what's been going on in the world from the physical to get to this anagogic state, then you could scream at me all day long. What have you done, Kate? You selfish cunt. Well, I'm sorry, I just meant to give everything. Is that okay? Here, give me that 100-ounce bar of gold you just gave me. I'm going to beat you over the fucking head with it. Okay. It's coming back. That which you wish upon another, you wish upon yourself. And may I suggest that you do not try to slay unconditional love any longer. The mummy-daddy's getting really upset. Really upset. To the point of wiping out entire civilizations upset. And that can bring two emotions, really cool emotions, one of absolute terror and one of absolute bliss. And those that are in terror are the ones that still need to sort out a few things. The ones that need to stop blaming outside of themselves, rumor-mongering and chitter-chattering, throwing knives in others' backs. Especially those that tried to help. But you missed it. You dismissed it. You didn't want it because it meant responsibility. And I'll tell you, most people don't want me around just for being around. They want me around because somehow I'm a savior. Well, I am. That's what Christ was. But Christ saved himself. No one else. That's the lesson. You got to save yourself. So don't be expecting this Christ to be saving your sorry ass up on the cross with you. Or get unconditional real quick and start seeing this energy, this spirit game, instead of being blinded by the physical meat stick that's walking you around. That's the tail wagging the dog. The final outcome, ruled by Ares, the Emperor, the 13th warrior, 4. 1, 3, 4. Wisdom and power. Power is not force. Power is creation. Remember, power is magnetic. Force is electric. Those trying to force others into their way of thinking have no power, especially with me. I'll just transmute it and blow it back in your face. I'll rewrap the same piece of shit. Because I didn't bother unwrapping it. I'll just put a different, prettier bow on it for you. Here, that's your Christmas tree present. And Christmas happens every instant of now. Right now. The quickening is here. Wisdom and power, a mature man of distinction. Mind, male is mind. A mature mind of distinction. A caring person with many responsibilities, conquest and conviction. Courage and ambition balanced with reason and fair play. A competitive nature. Rising to meet a challenge. Achievement and competence. And by the way, the competitive nature is not to be competing with others outside of you. You're in a competition with yourself. It's really neat because when you actually figure it out, Your good and evil balance out, and there's nothing to fight for, and everything to fight for. Phi T, creation of love in consciousness. One who is open to the ideas and counsel of others. OK. A strong masculine influence. Impressive leadership when faced with a threatening situation. OK. Progress and security. OK. Established authority. Creating a stable, protective environment. Reason ruling emotions. Adherence to the laws of society. Wow. So, psi, consciousness, love. Society, so say I, T. Depends on how you pronoun and say it and what you do with your vowels. So say I, T. Final outcome? I'm cool with Emperor. That rocks my little boat. Actually, it doesn't. It really calms it down. So there you go. Listen, we got 25 minutes till we roll over, and we're going to roll over tonight because I'm not sure if I'm coming back. So there you go. The phone number is 661-467-2401. And, of course, you can Skype in from the Blog Talk page you're on. All you have to do, and I'll say it again for all those and new ones that have never heard this before, because if you have, you wouldn't need to hear it again. But then that's what business is all about, doing it twice. So here, let's get busy with some business. You're going to click the Skype button on the Blog Talk page, and that will open the Skype. If you don't have a Blog Talk account or Facebook or Twitter, you're going to have to set one up to use that feature. And if you do, then just follow your nose. It'll bring you to the board. Once on the board, all you have to do is hit 1 on your dial pad on your phone or on Skype. Hit the little plus sign. It will open up another menu. Hit Show Dial Pad and hit 1 there, and that lets me know that you want on the board. To jump in here and not be afraid of Kate, because you don't need your mitten strings any longer. And you're not afraid of thinking that you might be wrong, because I know you're not. And I keep telling people I will prove you right if you can get the ego out of the way so I can shred it enough so you can see how fucking amazing you are. Really, totally out, universe, beautiful bliss light. Or you can keep beating the shit out of me. There's your choice. All right, so let's get these mics open. I get Janet back in here. And 603. Why is this not ringing a bell for me? Consciousness calling and I'm missing it.
Okay.
There you go. Correct answer. You get the Rose Bowl.
Kate, you're the perfect mirror. Absolutely. Beautiful.
Yeah. Anybody want it? Because I'm done. I'm done with it.
I don't know about that, but that's for you to know and for us to find out. But no, I'm not feeling it because we're jumping into this game. Well, the game with you, and well, that's what you're going through. That see, that's me too, man. But you know what? The ego. And I'm probably going to take a little bit to get into a rhythm here, but you're absolutely right. The ego is these timelines you're talking about. See, and that's the thing. The ones that figure that out, are the ones that they have the aha moment. See, that's what this ego is only the I guess you could say vessel through which we're coming in here and doing what you're doing. And we're coming to the table, to bring this to a whole nother level, to go up that Jacob's ladder, and like you said, the ones that want to join and come with us, well, that's for them to get it, to snap out of the illusions that they're stuck in, the energies that they're stuck in, because like you said, yeah, there are those who have reached that Christ consciousness, right? Yeah, I should have had a V8. Fucking right in front of us there. Watch. V8 is 5, right?
Yep.
And 8. So
13. Christ consciousness is right there. Those are the fruits and vegetables.
I've been telling us all along. You got to reach that. You got to have a Christ consciousness to move, So, but yeah, and we're here to challenge our allies and shock our fucking adversaries.
You got it.
And
the adversaries all come home, but they've got a little bit of growing up to do. So as I see it, there's 144,000 consciousness that don't get raptured. Raptor, bird of prey, don't get preyed on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, have a look. Have a look. Everything's in the mirror. One of the things the Jehovah's do is they talk about only 144,000 will be saved to inherit the earth. Yeah, they're right. They're the ones that save themselves, not the ones that you're trying to convince and convert everybody away from. Convert means with or without love, without truth, without Ka key, without the spirit key, the green, the pale green, the calmness. So 144,000, 7.3 billion. Whereabouts in the lineup are you? How far down and how far up the ladder are you? All I'm trying to show you is the way home. Go ahead, keep beating me up. It happens all the time. Not so much here at this table, but it does happen. It happens all the time. And yet I keep walking into the fray. I hear all the donkeys braying, right? So I go, oh, okay. You gotta mate the donkey with the horse to get the mule. All mules are female. You cannot breed a mule with a mule; it's impossible. You cannot mix oil and water; it's impossible. Only in the merging of oil and water and its separation does the mule get created. That's a singularity shown. Oh, look, listening with my eyes again. What is it really saying? What is the mystical side of it? What is it telling you? Where are the dots? How do you connect them? And that's all it is. The Coptic key is a K on its back and facing down. So you have a crossbar with a V on top and a V down below. To finish the Coptic key, you got to make the Y, the choice, and the straight line right through the middle. Now you have your 8-pointed star. This is what creates the pyramid block. The true pyramid has curved sides. The expansion of the action inside. If you want to see the symbol, okay, this the Phoenix or Phoenician symbol for the Kappa Tau LT is the circle with the X in it. The lowercase crucified is the X. You know how they put a little X on the line here, sign here? That's asking you to be crucified. You want to play with them, just throw the fucking circle around it. And for those that still want to play that game, I'm telling you right now, you better get out. Everybody out of the cesspool. We're going to clean it. All the shit's getting cleaned out of the pool. There'll be a lot of dead meat floating around, but don't worry. That's what the ashes are all about. Okay, Asha. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Don't worry. You get another run of the same can, same game, same pains. You know, the people that think they have a wounded heart this time, they still can't get past the emotion trap. Don't worry. You'll get it wounded again and again until you figure it out, until you find love in it. And if you cannot find love in the mirror, then you can't find it in yourself. So quit spitting on my mirror, because I'll just take it, wipe it off, and throw it back. Sorry. You see, I'm a vampire of the highest order. I must be invited in, and I do not accept all invitations.
I know what you're saying.
I know you do. It's anagogic. You're feeling it. It's a different game you're playing now. You're in an energy state, not a fucking meat stick state. Yeah, meet the sty of spirit. Meat stick.
See, that's the opposite. Because I know my ego is a complete, total fucking illusion. Completely. I mean, it follows me, right?
Yeah.
And it's there. because that's what you're saying, and you're hitting bullseye after bullseye after bullseye, and that's the thing is that when you ask for something, right? But you got the people running around needing saviors, and it's like they're asking for what it is they're telling you is it you. Stop listening to these fucking people who are telling you got to believe this, you got to believe that, and and filling your head full of all that shit, right? That's just going to get you going, you know. And then they're going to trust.
That's where it becomes a copyright. Okay, what is a copyright? Well, it's a co-p-right, which is a duality in the mirror of the spirit breath. This is why I laugh when people copyright stuff. Copyright?
Right.
Really? You know? No, I'm good. I'll take the P and turn it into the R and make it the core right, which is the right of the heart, the ritual, the pure magnetic energy of the heart. And don't get in the way of my spear of destiny, because it will shred you, soul and all. And I'm granting it all back to all. Now it's the Craw and T ink. I write with the real ink, because I know that everything I put into the physical on a piece of paper that has space all over it, I fill that void by creating another. And I do it in the form of sigils. So everything I write now is pure magnetic creation. Watch the world come down around your ears. Better yet, watch you climb to the top of the ash pile. Be the phoenix. Dare to be the one who kills the foe within. Foe nix. Then you become sonic. Then you go supersonic, which is the sun I see. Surer sonic. Divine feminine intent.
And also,
go ahead.
Also, right. What did you say? Yeah, the phonics is symphony, right? Symphony. You got a symphony. So for all you I don't know how many are listening.
Well, it's either a symphony or a Simpsony.
Symphony, yeah.
Yeah, well, Simpsons, right? Maggie, the Magi. Get into gratitude and kill Jezebel. It's only 2 friggin' words. I mean, there was another one, but those are the only 2 that came up for me. That only mattered to me, so it made sense to me.
Right. And I'm sure others, too. That's why we work in the alchemy between us, you know?
Oh, exactly, you know? Yeah. You know, it's really simple. How dare I create smiles with people? How dare I? Well, my attitude's simple. I'm here to create smiles. I'm here to create my intent. And my intent is neutral. It doesn't involve needing to own anyone or anything. It simply is. Because I am all things. But see, that's the thing,
right.
I get that. And I'm okay with that. It works for me. It works for me. So, anyway, jump in, guys. Carry on. You're doing great.
Oh yeah, I saw today walking. I saw a perfect beta rock on the sidewalk on the ledge, and right next to it was a purple crayon. So that kind of went with what you first said when you first got on the air.
Imagine that.
I know.
Or better yet, I'm making that.
Yeah,
see how the intention changed from imagination to I'm making?
Yeah. My
love, Ion. Heavy advice to anyone that wants to come against me now, because it's going to come back at you 1,000-fold. It is not my wish for you to harm yourself. So please don't. The choice is yours. Best friend or worst nightmare. The war. What you're wearing. What does it say? You will clad in gold. Or it's complete opposite.
Singularity.
Well, it is. It's who wants the Christ consciousness? I do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. You know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The
I get so many that are, I want to be Christ consciousness, and then I point out something in their ego, and they fucking hate me.
And they run off and create one.
Yeah, the world according to GARP. Yeah. Yeah, carp. What is carp? Carpal tunnel. Carpe diem. Seize the day. And better yet, let's really spell it out for everybody. Cairo. There's their key row again. Cairo. TM, which is, oh look, it's an anagram of time. Isn't that funny how that works? TM. Time to wake up and not be the carpet diem. Carpet dummies. There's a band name. Hey, the carpet dummies. There you go. What was the other one that hit me today? It was friggin' priceless. I love these things because everything that comes in is priceless. There's infinite amounts of things that hit me all day that I can only share a percentage of every night. Vehicle. Okay, here. For those afraid of, here, change your intent. If you have a car with a registration number in it, you know, the little plate, the vehicle identification number, that's your VIN that you're tied up in, your VIN, vehicle identification number. It's just a coincidence, right? That's the wine you're drinking, vin. Okay? So pull that out of your car and get the one outside of the door, because what you're doing now is you haven't had to do anything within the system, but you were removing the ownership of your vehicle, you, off the Akashic record. It's the intent of doing this. You don't have to contact a single soul. You just need to start changing your reality within your reality, and that's what the reality within you changes, the reality outside of you changes, and watch. That's what Christ does. What would Christ do? Well, that's what he did.
Yeah. Watch.
Whether
I
he
thought
was,
that last night.
Yeah.
Watch, just watch. Honest to God, honest to goodness. Just
watch which is watching which is watch, and I'm on the watch, baby. This is my watch. No one gets away on my watch. Not with this witch, this white key, not a chance. I'll tell you something else. You want to walk away in any way, shape, or form from me with any way, shape, or form of anger or frustration or whatever. That's pure ego. But I assure you, this vampire will not be accepting any invitations. You've closed your own door. You make your bet, you lie in it. Pretty simple. Well, great big thank you to Paul Giovanni and the crew at Critical Mass Radio. .co.uk. Thanks, guys, for all of the energy, the anarchy, the key of the heart that you flow towards that. When you do that, you're helping all, me included. For that, I have infinite gratitude. Regardless if it's 1 penny or 1 million pennies, it's irrelevant to me. It's the thought that counts. And whatever your intention, well, you only magnify your own creation in doing so. So anything you can do, great. Put the intention where it needs to be. First off, it needs to go inside you to search self. I've given out blinding mirrors on this table every single night for quite a while. And those that can look at it see themselves perfectly, see the things that they need to remove and resolve. You are the universal solvent for self. Get it done. Just get it done. Or don't worry about it. It's entirely up to you. The project is due tomorrow. For those of you that have been working, thank you. You've done beautiful projects. That's your 4 into the darkness. Beautiful projects. You all get an A+. You get my blood type, A positive. For those that are still working at it, what is you have to do better than C. A D and an E just don't cut it. 49%, although it is a seventh brother of a seventh brother, just doesn't cut it on this pass. You got to do better than that. You got to at least find the middle, the divine feminine, 5, Venus. You got to find the core of the apple. Got Elvita in here too, as well as live. Hey, just wanted to give you guys a picture. Draw an upside down. Make a jellyfish on. You got your notepad. Draw a little umbrella. Okay. Stop both sides at the same place. Now, what you're going to do? I'm showing you how to. You know how a jellyfish undulates to lift itself in the water or lower itself? That's how it swims. It pulls the outside edges of its circle together to give it lift, and vice versa, to push itself down. So let's be the jellyfish going up. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the 2 points on the outside of that U, upside down U that you've done, or it looks like a frown. Let's turn it into a proper trillium, shall we? Take that same point, run it through the center, and make the same shape, and do the same with the other. And what you're going to notice is you have a trillium.
What do you mean, draw another U?
Yeah. And actually, when you do it in a larger scope, you have the quad, but contained within it is a trillium. The Vesica Pisces is a duality. It creates 60-degree angles. The trillium creates 90-degree consciousness. So stay in the Vesica Pisces, vagina land, woohoo! Or get into neutral consciousness, which is 90 degrees. That's your raw, your right angle. But there are no right angles in nature. Isn't that funny? Equal and opposite at all points.
You know what's funny?
Just going to say 4.5 minutes if anyone wants to call in.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got one of them on my friggin'. That's my birthmark. I got it on my left leg when you were talking, because I didn't know any of this stuff. But yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, so I don't know.
Well, I've got a little dove type birthmark on my left calf, on my Aquarius.
Do you?
Mhm.
Yeah, mine's on my left calf.
Yeah.
Yeah, my left calf. It's more like on my shin. So those are little signs, I guess, little signposts.
Yep.
You know.
And I always follow my signposts.
Mhm.
Me too.
Absolutely.
No,
you know what I saw today too?
What's that?
I went shopping, Kate. Right? I went shopping, and I get down, and I've been, because like I said, I just moved back to Hampton here a little while ago. I just took off for like 15 years. Didn't talk to family or anything. Just disappeared, I've been back, and I've probably taken this route for the past 2 years, and I'm looking at the set of lights here. Went shopping, get some vegetables and shit for. I think I got tomatoes and I don't know something. Anyways, and I'm looking straight ahead, and guess what I saw? It says Hampton Kate Dancing Studio. And I'm like. What she just mentioned last night. She said, "This is my dance," something like that. Remember, I was talking about dance.
Yeah. Now you're connected. Those are your now moments to pull together, right? So you tie all of the things together.
Yeah, I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Hampton Kate Dancing Studio. I was like, "Yeah, all right, well that's cool." Saw that.
So you're dancing.
Yeah.
Got your dancing heels on.
Dancing. This is cool.
The other night when you were on and you were telling the backstory about one of your songs, could you do the same about Only Hearts?
Oh, Only Hearts. That was an interesting song. Only Hearts. Was it back 90? Would have been 98. 98. Yeah, 98. 99, I think it was. Yeah, it was between 98 and 99. I think it was 98. Anyway, it's back in the day when the internet was real slow with dial-up and whatever. Remember how you used to have those little chat rooms and whatnot you go into, and like Yahoo groups or whatever. I even forget what it was, but did a lot of talking about silver and gold and just whatever. And I ended up in this chat room once. Met a couple of friends from Nashville. As it turns out, minute and a half, guys. If you want in, 661-467-2401. Like you don't know, it's right there on Blog Talk, but whatever, it's all good. Anyway, as it turns out, one of the friends' name was Crystal. What are the odds? Anyway, I'll tell you what. Anyway, so I met, and this ties in with the story of Bio Lullaby because it was through these two that, and for the life of me, cannot remember the other one's name. Again, it's about when people take from me, I just forget their name. Like I just forget it because it is irrelevant to me. And because I had a custom jacket made for my band, and she stole it. So anyway, long story short, isn't it funny how this works? But Only Hearts. In this chat room, I had mentioned that I was a singer-songwriter and whatnot, and I got challenged. She's a songwriter, yeah, right. So I said, well, how about I just write something right now for you on the fly? So I did. I wrote Only Hearts, and it just fell out of my face. There it was. And I actually also challenged one of the individuals. Says, don't tell me anything about your life, but I'm going to write a song for your life based on the energy I'm feeling from you. And that's what I got, Only Hearts. And as it turns out, it was a true story for her. Anyway, so we look at it. One calm hearts. Only one calm heart. But it's of the divine feminine. Hearing love, unconditional. T. Hear the love, unconditional love of the divine feminine. One calm heart will find that. So I proceeded to write out this song, the lyrics, and because I was still relatively new to copy and paste and computer illiteracy, I had to get one of them. I think it was Crystal actually did it. She copied and pasted it for me. And as it turns out, the other individual ended up going to Scotland. She'd met someone online and went to live in Scotland, probably up with the Hibernians, Scottish Rite, Freemasonry types. Go figure, it all ties together. But anyway, Crystal copied and pasted it and sent it to me in an email. And as soon as I got the email, it was about an hour later, I proceeded to just play the song. I didn't write it, I played it. That's the true songs. The ones that you don't write, you just play them. So if it requires any effort to write a song, I don't bother. I've got thousands of unfinished, verse, two-verse, verse, chorus, because it just wasn't pouring out. And my catalog of written are well over 5,000. Why? Because they come out in literally minutes. It's not a big deal. People always get impressed with that. It's not. It's just ask somebody who rides a bike. How much do they think about it? Or do they just ride? Now, granted, a kid that needs training wheels and hasn't been on a two-wheeler doesn't trust the notion that motion will keep you upright. See, that's why on a bike or on a unicycle's a bit wobbly, but a bike, once you get that thing rolling, you can take your hands off the handlebars. You can steer just with your body weight. I know, I used to do it all the time. So go ahead, tell me. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, would you ever consider doing some work, maybe you and Santos together?
Yeah, that's the party. I've already got it in my universe that there's a big party in Australia coming up down on the beach, and all the Awakens are going to be there, and we'll leave the dead to carry out the dead, won't we? They want it, so let them have the job. I'm good. The dead want to carry out the dead, by all means, knock yourself out. And the fist fighters, well, they're going to be getting put behind bars left, right, and center because they're interfering with pure love creation. Don't fuck with that on my watch. If you've got anger and fight in you, then don't worry. The fist fight and the dead will carry out the dead. That's the thief on each side of the cross. The ones that finally give that fist fight up and get what it is what we're talking about at this table, then they're going to find the center T, the real T square, the one that doesn't have a place to put your head to be crucified on, because your head is bowed to all creation. When you bow your head, your nose goes directly to your heart. The energy, the light from the heart goes, there's light receptors in the nose. Bow your head. And if you want real creations, real silent but deadly ones, try using your fa ro T's. Put your intention into your creative void, your womb. Well, it's either the womb of the woman or the womb of the male. It doesn't matter. Their intestines. It's in all part of the Virgo area. So fill an elevator with your fa ro T's. And for those that understand phonics, you will start laughing. I'll wait.
Pharisees?
No. See? Fa, F-A, ro, R, T's. Spell it out for you. I just did. Farts, for crying out loud. Right?
Oh.
You know, well, it's coming from where the sun don't shine, the darkest void of creation, so you might as well give birth to some real Gnostic light and fill others' noses with your intent. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
How many people here at the table like beans?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great, just like you. Yes, I had to get on real quick because I'm getting ready to have company, so it'll be a little loud in here. But just wanted to say I love everybody, and the show is great. I'm still here.
Got it, girl.
Hey there.
And I am the Holy Braille.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
That Monty Python on.
Yes. Now you see me, now you don't. That's that Christ in me.
It's funny. Mystified shared a video with me earlier, and when I put it up, it actually had interspersings of Monty Python talking about where the sun don't shine, intermingled with an astrology reading. It was friggin' hilarious. And I was listening to it, of course, as I listen to everything in the now, and stop fucking with creation. We're there, guys. We are there. Stop messing with it.
Yes, I know. I had a dream this morning, and it was like it was real too, but it was like saying, are people who really still reading the Bible, do they really believe in that kind of stuff? I'm like, is it necessary in 2014? Really?
Don't worry, they get to be me. Yeah, enjoy that ride. That's a hell of a lot of fun.
Like,
whee! Isn't this merry-go-round fun? Well, it's fun for a while. It's got ups and downs and chills and thrills. It's full of noises and pretty colors. And the ego loves every bit of it and wants to create as much noise and as much color as it possibly can, where I'm just interested in going, okay.
Oh.
Hey,
I'll be your Jiminy. No, we're good. I'll be your Jiminy Cricket, I promise.
Oh, everything. Hey, what was your dream about? You had a dream this morning?
Alvina?
Yes. I was just dreaming that I'm like, are people really still reading the Bible, living by the Bible, and it's just like I know I'm in a different place now. I'm like totally don't get it. I didn't before, but I really don't now. Like it's over. It's over.
One of those commandments where it says there is no God but me, but if you read it the way Kate says it with magnetic electric, it means a completely different thing.
Right.
Well, the father and mother are the same thing. No one gets to the Father except through me. And what it's saying is that's the fa, the heart note of God, spirit breath, fa, the, ro, except through me. Magnetic electric balance. That is you. You are Christ. But you have to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the mother is simply the modus operandi of God through spirit breath. The mother and father are the same thing. The mother, as it turns out, is the actual effect, and the father is the cause. But it's been corrupted, and that's where you have the patriarchal church running amok, which have got her a bunch of divine, feminine energies walking around in penis-bearing bodies in all sorts of chaos and pointing guns at each other and shit. Look, they like building big cocks called missiles and silos and all the rest of it. They're fucking crazy. And they'll stick their dick into everybody from a long range called a bullet. Bull-et. Yeah, bull-et, that bull, Taurus, et, feminine. Cigarette, cigar, cigarettes. The mirror of the energies, and this is what people miss. If you see me as a physical, then you are blind to what I am. Can you see me physically right now? No. All you hear is the magnetic electric energies coming from my Taurus field into creation. And I will resonate with those that are tuned to the same frequency. And I will gyrate and grate and grind gears for those that are still out of sync, out of balance, and choose to see me as something other than unconditional and have always left abundance regardless of where I've been. Regardless of what situation, and I can point it out in every way. But though their egos don't want to hear it. Because they're all full of, well, didn't I do this for you? And didn't I? Well, yeah. I thought it was unconditional. That's why I brought abundance. And I'm leaving it behind if that's okay. I'll leave behind abundance. I have no problem with that. I've left cupboards full of food. I've left hundreds of ounces of silver. I've left lots of stuff behind. I'm a bag lady. I travel light. The only thing I carry basically are clothes, a guitar, and whatever I have in my purse. I'm a pretty light traveler. This camel's unpacked and it stays that way because creation of all matters to me. Why would I want to be owned by a possession? I walked away. And those that want to own others, well, that's the Lord their God is a jealous God, and that's the God they worship, the physical. The physical God is the jealous God. The physical God is the vengeful God. The physical God is the one you fear, and you need to fear because it's physical. It will kill you. Good on you. Play that game. I'm done. The true Christ within wants nothing of that. And that's where I live. And it's not so lonely anymore because I got some people, other points of view, me, all coming together, resonating. We got these little 432 hertz A bell going on. Yeah. Climbing Jacob's ladder. Yeah. We have 22 callers, by the way, so I know this game is over. Yeah. Who else?
Right over. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Bill Donahue, that's the thing with the scripture. I remember him saying, and Paul, right, if you don't listen to what he said, then you will fall, right? He said to not take the scriptures literally, right? Remember Bill teaching that one?
Yeah. Here, let me take it one step further. Saul became Paul in the mirror. It's backwards. Saul was fine as Saul was instead of worshiping the Rome. And if you look at the stories, they all travel to Rome in the mirror. So put it backwards, and you'll see what's really going on. You won't be confused anymore with fusing of that nonsense. You'll be without the fuse. And hey, if you have no fuse, you can't go off, can you? Yeah.
I like that. I got that one last night, too. I was thinking about it. That you're going to refuse a lawyer. Yes, I refuse.
That's your catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So what? The only way to get out of a catch-22 is to find the middle. Catch a tiger by the toe, by the duality. Catch a taker by the toe, by the two. And the toes, of course, live where? Oh, that's right, Piscean fishland. Yeah, you're still split in two if you're believing. That's your pieces of 8. You're nothing but a piece of the infinity, where I chose to be all of infinity. Pieces of 8. No thanks, I got the whole damn fucking the balloon. Okay? Do you see how clear it is when you play with the phonics? When you start bringing the sounds in and how they correlate with other sounds, and it tells you the same story over and over, just from a different perspective. You know, the pirates are bad. No, they're not.
Pirates.
Yeah, well, a pyre 8, the fires of infinity. And of course it has skull and crossbones, because the bones represent Capricorn. Here, you want a cool one? I wish the boys had showed up, but... okay, well here, let me take the turning of the sovereign seal. I'm going to show you how I walk my allegorical road. And we got 45 minutes, we're good. So the turning of the sovereign seal, has anyone ever heard of this?
No.
Well, part of my life plan. This is why you need to watch your own road, and I will show you how to watch it by sharing how I found and walk on mine. You're not walking the same road as me. And everything that I'm saying that it seems, you're so powerful, Kate, and ego, and that's for the egos. No, you have the same fucking path if you would look at your life path. You are the exact same. There's no ego here because I know you're perfect. I know you're beautiful. Go ahead, get over yourself. It's awesome. Anyway, the turning of the seal is a ceremony that started in 1916. Funny enough, right around the start of the Irish Civil War. Isn't that funny? Okay, and what it involves is, here, I'll tell you what it is. On the morning of the 21st of January, what is the 21st of January? It is the cusp between two signs. Which two signs? It's where the Christ reaches a state of knowing. Yes. It's the Christ consciousness meets a state of knowing. That's when you know you've entered the age of Aquarius. You've left Capricorn in a state of knowing. You've given birth because you've crucified the physical to become the spiritual in the allegoric sense. Why Judas hanged himself wasn't a representation of him killing himself because he betrayed Jesus. Judas was the only one that Jesus could trust enough to betray him. And what Judas got for the 30 pieces of silver was the truth. The Trinity truth, and he shed his body. Allegory. Not a physical death. These are stories, okay, that are telling a different story if you know how to read them. I just show people how to read them. So the 21st of January, just a coincidence. All right, so on the morning of the 21st of January in Vaughn's Hotel on Parnell Square, a man named Tom McGuire. Why was it Tom? Well, Tom means twin. Mech means son of. Choir. Well, we talked about choir the other night. Quire or Choir. So it's a twin son of the choir. Fucking right. That's exactly who should be turning the seal. Elevated and turned the sovereign seal of Dale Éireann. It's an Irish ceremony. From the rising sun to the setting sun, from north to south, and from east to west, and from pagan to Christian to sovereign. As in the 1916 proclamation claiming sovereignty over the elements, earth, air, fire, and water, so I claim the seal today. So I'm the only one that seems to know what it means, so I'll claim it. I'll take that. Okay, fine. And all therein and thereof on behalf of the sovereign people in the sovereign republic of Era. Well, yeah, the consciousness of Ra. I'll take that. E-Ra. Good. Works for me. From the as below to the as above. E-Ra. Right? There's a reason why they were called the IRA, by the way. Anyway, so here I'm going to take it somewhere else, because the Capricorn, the Cap, and the Aquarius, Aqua, aquatic. Okay. Put Cap and aquatic together. What do you have? Say it as a word.
Capaqua.
Capaquatic. Chappaquiddick. Because a C can be a CH. I can change the sounds out, right? So what does Chappaquiddick mean to you? Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't that Ted Kennedy? Oh, look at that. TK in the mirror of KT. Oh, okay. Got that. What was Ted Kennedy so famous for? King Edward, if you will, wearing the false crown. Edward's crown is the one in the crown jewels in the Tower of London, yes? Didn't you all watch Jack the Giant Slayer? It shows you right at the end of the movie, all the truth you need. The true crown of the era of unconditional love was contained and hidden inside of it, so I'm claiming that crown back as well. Thank you very much. Don't need a tower. The Ravens are fucking done. Bye-bye. You're done. So what was that Chappaquiddick all about? Well, it was about the negative masculine, irresponsible coward, the negative feminine spirit within, that decided to get all drunk and ego, right, meat sticky, goes driving off a bridge with the Virgo, the feminine, in the car, left to drown, and she did. And of course, being the brave soul that he did, was he just ran. Swam across to his house, didn't bother to call anybody for at least an hour to make sure she was dead. So there's the allegory of the divine feminine, divine masculine energies getting played out yet again. So guess what, Teddy? Well, you've already dropped the meat stick. You're going to come back through, and hopefully you'll not drive off the bridge this time. It's done. If but one shall awaken, you are doomed. You are judged of yourself. Reboot. New game. I'm finished. I'm tired of constant crucifixions. I'm tired of constant attacks. I offer benevolence, and all I get is a slap in the fucking face from a physical meat stick ego position that will always constantly defend itself because it doesn't know what it is, doesn't know who it is. So Capaquatic to Chappaquiddick, showing the same energies. Coincidence, the 21st of January for the Irish seal turning? Here, let me show you the literal, what literal happens here. Okay, extrapolating the facts. Fact means from factitious, meaning artificial, so the artificial light. So extrapolating from the facts behind this anu, all, the heart of all, the ass of all, ritual, right? The annual ritual, from a number of sources, immediately raises some questions. First off, let's go literal. Why is it that the McGuires perform it? Oh, the obvious answer would be that it was because the McGuire family were the owners of the hotel where the ceremony first took place. How much further are you going to look if you're an ego? Oh, okay. That's good. That sounds about right. I won't bother looking at the spiritual reasons that were just outlined, being that Tom McGuire was a twin son of choirs, the duality son of the choir, the universe, the voice of the universe. Even Tom didn't know it. He knew it, but he wasn't aware of it. And this is a game of awareness, not knowing. You see, once you hit the Aquarian waters of truth, you already know. You see? And then you suddenly realize that, wait a minute, I know all things. It's just, what am I aware of? And my awareness, as a result, keeps growing and growing and growing. There is no looking back. No, I've already played the song for the devil, and I know that she's behind me, so I don't need to look back. I just keep moving forward. Put the blinders on and be the true horse of Babylon. Keep going, straight ahead. Where do we go? Well, first star to the right, straight on till morning. And there will be a great gnashing of teeth. There will be a mourning. But it won't be of the spirit. It will be of the physical. Those that wish to stay in it, and that's fine. I love you all the same. I love you unconditionally, that I can feel willingly the pain of that loss and the bliss of that gain at the same time. Walk the straight and narrow. Make eye straight. Don't fall for the magistrates any longer. Make the eyes straight. Yeah, I woke up with the symbol of, on a pound. See, I often wondered why there was just £1 note left in the briefcase that the cops emptied. My dad's paper note collection. Oh, don't get emotional on me here. Okay, this is strictly anagogic, right? Don't get caught up in that.
No.
I'm doing my
no,
best
I just
to stop.
Said, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, again, see that, but that's an emotional reaction. Keep it neutral.
It's in my It's in my lyrics.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so the pound note, selling England by the pound, indeed. Let me show you why. Because my dad had a paper money collection that was given to me after he passed away. I got it about 2 weeks before the cops and SWAT and everything else came and basically raped my family and myself. Right? But that's okay. They get to come back and experience it. They're going to really love it. Woo! What a ride. Yeah, enjoy your stay, however many thousands of years that's going to take. But whatever, it's all good. And I say that with a light heart because I know it's a joke. It's all a joke once you get it. I'm just a different jockey. Jockey. I ride my own horse. So anyway, they took all the notes out of it, but there was one note that was left behind in the briefcase. I guess they think, I better leave something in here. And they left the only clue I needed, £1 sterling. Selling England by the pound. And on it is a symbol that if you draw a line to the right, then do a loop, go back to the left, then do a loop, back to the right, do a loop, back to the left. And you'll see this all over the old pound notes. They don't have them anymore. And that is, it's a pure spiral. I just chose to spiral up. You see, and then there's the Coptic key in the mirror. Once you do the lines down it, you see it all. And Art earlier today, when I mentioned this to him, he had twigged on the picture of the Coral Castle. And there's a bowl in the Coral Castle in this same, and he showed me, it's exactly the same. It was one of the clues left behind at the Coral Castle. I didn't know that. I love finding out what I don't know but become aware of because I'm in a state of knowing. That's the real joy. That's the magic. And the cards, by the way, there's a reason why the Queen of Hearts was in Alice of Wonderland. All the cards were her military, right? And they were the false hearts, the fallen ones. But they put their weapons down at the end. The smart ones did anyway. Now, take a box and do a box inside of it in the shape of a diamond. There's your diamonds. This is beyond magical, guys. I love how this plays out. 52 cards in a deck. 7, God, yeah. And this is why you got to take the Ace of Spades and get some heart in it. Or listen, you're going to have the Ace of Spades as a royal flush, or the spade that you're going to keep digging your grave in because you crave it. Crave. That mouth, craw, shut your craw, right? Ve, truth, mouth of truth. If it's the grave you crave, well, have at her. And the spade that will set you free is also the one that's going to dig your hole. And remember what spade means. It means neutered, the female, neutral. That's the magnetic electric center. A magnet left on its side is a minus sign. You start spinning it, it creates alternating plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. It goes vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So there's your interplay of the magnet. Spin a magnet and you get white noise. It's called electricity. It's the sound that creates the electricity. Right? Mm-hmm. Listen to a magnet. How loud is a magnet? You can't hear it, but you can certainly feel it. You can certainly see the effects of a magnet on things around it. And this is, like I said, those that are coming at me negatively because my magnet is pure negative, feminine. In a state of stillness, you come at me with negative energy, I'm just going to repel you. And you won't like it. That's your choice, though. I mean, you come at me with positive, I'm attracting positive, right? You want to come at me with a negative, I'm going to bounce you off like a bowling ball off a fucking concrete floor. And you will crack. Either the concrete or your bowling ball. One of the two is going to give. And I'm just going to stand there completely as an immortal, untouchable, and go, told you. You want to play now? It's way nicer when you're gentle. But please, get caught in the quagmires of your emotional inconsistencies. Dare to yell at others about their ego, apparently, that they have one. I love when people yell at me, oh, it's your ego. I don't know where Fluffy is right now, actually. She's somewhere. No, not around me right now. You know. And isn't it always interesting that as soon as I say no, she's not here, and how does an ego defend itself? Oh, that's your ego. And what is it doing? Oh, that's right. It's reflecting back on itself. Because didn't I say I was a mirror? So I sit there and I look, and then I try to absorb all this garbage energy until I repel it, and it runs away, and it always does. Always takes its last stab, though. That's what ego does. Got to take it that last. I got to win. Competition. Stick the knife in. Run away. Well, don't worry about it. That knife that you stuck in me is going to come back. Because here's the thing. It went right through me. And it's flying back. Isn't it interesting? I was watching the X-Men Last Stand last night. And the guy that played Magneto, the main character, was none other than the same guy that played Dumbledore and Gandalf.
Yeah. Ian McKellen.
Hey, the EA mine Cullen. Yeah, we're harvesting it now. Thank you for that, because I needed to know why. I was going to look that up. You saved me the bother. But isn't it interesting? Because J.K. Rowling's definitely named Dumbledore after the mute, divine feminine door, right? Dumb, bell, door. Well, she may not be aware of what it was, but she certainly knew what it was. How did she come up with the name Dumbledore?
Dumbbell.
Right? Dumb, bell, door. Dumb is a mute. Feminine, bell, or war. Bell means war or feminine. Parabellum. Well, definitely para. That's a duality. Bellum, yeah. The duality war of mother. The intent of mother. You're kicking and screaming against the magnetic source. That's what the is from the umbrella. That's why we have
well.
That's why we have umpires. Intent of mother fires, which is neutral. What does an umpire do? A non-biased referee of the game. So it's time to get free, don't you think?
I posted a... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I posted a link there in the main room about a place on Malta called the Hypergeum. Don't know if you've seen it.
Not familiar with it.
A temple and like the stone walls where they've got all these different specific shapes cut out of it. And I watched a video of this fella. He went in there with just a keyboard, and he was pressing like the keys and then recording the sound, and it was like reverberating and echoing and building up. And he was talking about like if somebody was, it's just one human voice in there chanting.
Mm-hmm.
The
feedback.
Sound was, yeah.
Well, that's what you're doing. Yeah, when you get Christ consciousness, when you get what it is, what you're doing is creating feedback loops from the magnetic into creation. And that's what changes your reality, literally. See, the ego doubts this. The ego wants to try to solve everything. And it's in complete defiance of natural order doing that. And you wondered why it was hard to get out of this game? Well, there you go. So I open up the Netherlands team in Skype to add Nell. And what's the logo they have? They have the circle with the trillium in the center of it. Just a coincidence we were talking about that. And over to the left is an Irish thatched cottage. Wow, how about that? That's on my page here. So what I'm trying to share is look for your paths, look for your connections. What only matters to you. Do not be distracted about everything else around you. All I'm doing is sharing how I found my road so that you can correlate it with your own road. Not you walking an entirely different road than I am, but we're walking exactly the same story. Find the same story in yours. Mine was really easy. I came here loaded with kitchen sinks. I packed everything and all of the kitchen sinks. The key, mine, right? Or the kit, Ken, the key of love, knowing the synchronicity, the sync. Just another coincidence. Again, and again, and again.
You're on a roll tonight, definitely.
Well, it's again. This is Well, I can't even begin to talk. The Coptic key was the first thing out of the gate this morning. Got that one solved. So what have we got in the last week? We got the riddle of the Sphinx. Okay, we got the Coptic key solved. Go to hiddenmeanings.com, by the way, and have a look at the page that Bill has on the Coptic key. He has a page on it, and have a look at what it says there. And it all just fell into place. And I know why now. And what the Coptic key is a two-dimensional DNA strand spiral. And what the pyramids do is create a box to take that Coptic key, because the pyramid, if you look at the Coptic key, is the octagon. When you
you're saying that...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you're saying that they purposefully hit it, or
no? Who's they?
I mean,
again.
I don't mean they. I know. The story
we did. Yes, we did. We're playing a game with ourselves. Really get this.
I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's okay. We're averaging it now. It's all good. This is good because this there's no emotion here. This is about showing for all, right? And we cannot do this until we have the contrast, right?
Right.
So let's share the contrast.
My emotions with the shreddy.
Yeah. Yep. Eat your shreddies. I did, and they're yummy. Yep. Okay, now take a pyramid and flatten it out, and it creates the Maltese cross. Who just mentioned Malta?
Yeah, me.
Right? Okay. Now you have the Maltese cross. Connect where it's open. And what have you got? An 8-sided octagon. There's the Coptic key that was placed inside a box. What I've done with the Coptic key is spiraled it out in my own universe. That's all. Until you flatten the pyramids, you'll never see the key. So I flattened them in my mind. Cool, huh? I talked about this a while back. Just keeps making more and more sense. And what is making more... That's the make Inc. modus operandi of the spirit breath into consciousness. More, say, creation, my creation in consciousness. And you got to use the mother keys, ma keys, makes. Does anyone remember the character in Voyager, Star Trek? The guy that had all the tattoos, and he was... Chakotay, right? Native, and what was he from? His race were from the Maquis. Just a coincidence. Again, I'd love to see his tattoos now. Oh, look, we put that. You see, everything that you look at is for a reason. It is absolutely perfect. I just accept that. And for me, the only thing that I need to do is become aware of why it's perfect. While everyone is caught in the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how, drama, Marsha, they're missing the why, the tree of life, and knowledge. The tree of life and knowledge are one.
You know what? You're more, like you said, you're more aware of it. You've jumped levels. That's because I know. I think most of us here know. Know. But that's the thing, is becoming more aware, more attuned, tapping into that, and
here's a question from the magnetic electric me to the other point of you out there. Does what I say resonate? As if you always knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
It's really simple. You will find, in the truth, you will always find the things that resonate. And I always know when someone is sharing truth or is not quite there. It's always contained in the energy. It's like I've said before. You can always tell when someone has neutralized a word by taking all the charge out of it. You see, if a word that gets spoken from a spelling that was well programmed and it creates a reaction in you, then you haven't neutralized it.
That's what it was meant to do, right?
There's very few words out there now that have stopping power anymore. Though I remember Joe Rogan talking about it. It was like 3 words, and the only one I can remember that he mentioned was cunt. That's one of the words that if you say that to somebody, that, like especially a woman, they'll just stop dead in their tracks. Yeah,
that's because that word has been programmed with so much negative charge energy, and all it is the unconditional intent that is mine into the law of truth, love. Yeah, I'm a right proper cunt. And I love being a right proper cunt.
Yeah, man.
See, it has a different, but there's so much charge in humanity on these sounds, and that's all they are. They're just sounds trapped in the spellings, the creatings on paper. It's like, look at the word promiscuity. Oh, well, promiscuity, oh my God, physical promiscuity means you're out there in the whore of Babylon. Well, I'm going to tell you, the spiritual promiscuity is this. It's the promise of the unconditional love intent that I have in the law of truth of consciousness. Promiscuity 9E. Now what does promiscuity mean to you? It has no charge on it. I've showed you the negative and I showed you the positive. It is now neutral. So when I say that sound, it comes out from pure magnetic intent only. Silent, but deadly. There's my Pharaoh T out of the Hydra, the mouth. Give me a word. Something that you would have a negative charge on. Let's neutralize some of these words. We still got about 20 minutes, so let's fire off a couple of words that might have intent and charge contained in them, because I can always tell when someone hasn't neutralized a word, and I can feel the emotion coming through it. There are some people that can come on here and say, fuck, and I'm okay. Others come on and it cuts through me like a razor blade, because it's still filled with that intent of the mass mind, the hive mind, that is so repulsive to me. Repulse I have. Repulsive. So there's a pole in there. Pulp.
Yeah. You know what bothers me when some people they'll say, oh, I'm proud of you. Right?
Well, when proud. Let's have a look at proud.
Yeah, that I just okay.
Okay, no, that's a good word. Let's bust it apart and show the, they talk about pride being, ego, which it can be. This is taking the 7 vices and turning them into 7 virtues. That's the virtues, virgins, vices, grips. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's take proud. First off, let's silence that fucking P, shall we? Get the Pope out of it. So what you have, and take that D and take that Trinity and turn it into true law of truth, T. And now we have route, or root.
Root.
So that's your path out. Not so negative, is it? I'm very proud of you.
I see what you're saying.
I see you taking the path. Thank you. I'm very proud of you. Not a problem now, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So take every word that you have charge on and discharge it. That's why people get sentenced, because there's charge on all the words. They're still polarized into a positive, negative meaning of refuse. I showed you both sides of it. And every sound has that effect. Nullify it.
Yeah.
About Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda. Again, these are all made-up things. I'm thinking of... give me something, just a normal word, rather than that. Here, Al-Qaeda. Again, it's all the negative connotations that get attached to shit. Okay, let's blow this one out of the water. A-L. All right, well, we're going to lose the intent and make it silent, so it's a, qua, ta, aquata. Okay, well, there's the aqua from Aquarius, the I know, in gratitude. I know gratitude, Al-Qaeda. How's that? I know gratitude. Every time I hear Al-Qaeda, it'll be I know gratitude. Thank you. Nullified. Probably a good thing, Steve, because that nullifies the whole thing for all of consciousness. Let's pick some other ones.
That was beautiful with the prod thing. So that's what I'm going to do is think that if someone, or if I hear somebody else say that, is it on the right route?
Well, that's of Phoenician. That's of your definition, of your Phoenician, your definition. So now you change the intent of the sound so it doesn't have that charge on it anymore. It's not negative or positive. It's neutral. It creates the neutron within. And what is N? That is infinite. New. I know. Right? I knew that. So now, because I knew it, and it comes into my awareness in the present, so new and new are a singularity. New means something you've known, or I knew that, and something brand new is something that you supposedly didn't know, but you knew it because it's brand new. New, right? Or you can hang around with the wildebeest if you want. I chose to move on and silence the hex, right? Right? Those are my nose trills, my nostrils, right?
Right.
Yeah, Gnostics. Pinocchio, nose, Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Okay, so there's Al-Qaeda. Give me another one. You see, if I do this with you guys, you just grab if everyone grabbed a word or two every day and did this, the whole language would be. I'm working as fast as I can. Kate's looking for a little help on this, and I can't do it when I got egos running at me. Okay, give me a word, somebody.
Well, how about terrorists?
Oh, I love that one. Terra?
Yeah.
Wrist. Okay, well, Terra is earth, wrist, that's on your arm. So there's a terrorist. Yep. Or, better yet, T, that's the note of love. Ra, or spirit breath. Okay, terror, roar, there's your rower, or the roar of your lion within, is the note of love. Terror is T. So it's the law of truth, T, capital, into consciousness, E, through the spirit breath upon itself, is the law of truth. Yeah, we're all a bunch of terrorists. I love being a terrorist.
Yeah.
And why
that's what they're again.
Well, see, there again.
Well, Terra too means, I think, enlightenment. I remember hearing that.
It will mean average what you want it to average mean. Find the neutral.
Right.
That's all. Yep. So use all the dictionaries, all the languages to find the one that resonates with you. Right?
Yeah, there's so many meanings. It goes on and on and on.
Oh, better yet. Terror, right? As in to tear in two. Or affair, T-A-R-E. Right? On Teres, there's that funny thing about Scorpio again. Terras, on Terras. The ent of money mind. That's just a coincidence again, right? But there is terra, so terra, wrist. Oh, basically, you're cutting the wrist. Okay, you're cutting your own wrist. You're committing suicide. Hey, there's that body thing again. Sue, under, I, side with or kill. Side, S-I-D-E, or C-I-D-E, which means to kill. Genocide, infanticide, homicide. So there, choose one. To kill or get on the right side. Get on Interstate 90.
Yeah.
That's in the state of consciousness. Okay?
Yeah. You know, the thing, too, that I heard, too, and it comes out, I think, in people's language there, that George Bush, remember how he'd say it's a... Well, that's what they're saying about everything now, right? It's a war on terror. Terror. He wouldn't pronounce the whole, so it's something that's what's going on, I think, within...
I'm really trying my best to get you out of this. You are divided and conquered. You're still thinking in terms of something outside of you. When you say
no, I'm just...
Hang on. Just,
yeah.
What's the correct answer?
Okay.
I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me.
You.
I love you this much. Hate me if you need to. When you say they, you are separating yourself. They is the ye, you. Them is the me. See the game.
Well, I don't see terrorists. You know what I'm saying?
I realize that. I just again, you're defending from an ego position. I need silence. This is why I am done on the air at this point right now, guys. There's the silence. Let that one sink in. I'm not sure how many of you will keep coming to a table. Keep talking with others that wish to crucify you. I'm not saying that's happening here. I'm done. I'm done. That's my done key. I wear the key. I'm offering it. See that it is a ka-me, a spirit of magnetic electric game. The G was the hex. Break the hex. Go home. We all go home. When you break the hex, go home. This is something for all of us to do individually, independently. This is what the Christs and the Krishnas were trying to teach all along. I simply listened and said, fucking cool, I'm in. Nice one, J-Boy. Woo! You know?
Yep, you...
Colleen coming in here, and 484. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the board. Colleen.
Well, one word that has a lot of charge is patriotic.
Oh, Pate Riot, or the Pat, the Father Riot, Pa. That's the, Po, Spirit Seed, with the crucifixion cross in a state of rioting. That's what your patriot is. Yeah, and they even put that name on a big cock called a Patriot missile. Yeah, what is it designed to do? Take out other missiles trying to fuck them. Isn't it funny? Penis against penis. Lovely. There's your Pat Riot. Okay, what's another one?
Yes.
So everyone has an assumed good for it. Oh, I'm a patriot. I'm with the team. Well, yeah, you're with the team that's killing the rest of yourselves. So knock yourselves out. Have fun. Enjoy the rapture. It's not going to go in the way that the Christians think. Sorry. Wait a minute. I thought God loved me. I do. Wake up.
How about patriarch?
Well, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Patrix. The father tricks and the mother tricks. Matrix, Patrix. Time to get some new tricks. Remember yourself.
Yes.
So, and I got silly rabbi. Yeah. Right.
Okay,
what is
a puppet?
Look at the word puppet. We've got about 6 minutes here. One sec, calling. Look at the word puppet. Can you pronounce it pupa? Pupae? Pupae? Pupa? Yeah, it's a fucking cocoon. How about you get into your butterfly state, Pinocchio? Get your wings on, biatch. Get out of the pupa state. Become the chrysalis. Get clear, get free. Go ahead, Cole.
Let's see, I have like 8 pages of notes from tonight. A couple of things you've said. Yeah.
I'll see you on the other side, by the way.
Yes. The final outcome was one thing you said. The quickening is here. Don't know if I will be continuing. I'm done with it. And today when I was out at 2:16 p.m. this afternoon, which is 5:16 your time, Kate, I was coming down Main Street of my hometown, and I looked to my left, and there was a big banner, and it said, the final code. And you're talking about, I don't know if I'm going to be here, I'm done with it, the quickening is here, the final outcome. And so it was said the final code. And my first thought was Kate, and tonight is the final code. And then when I was thinking about it before the call, I remembered when I saw the final code, I turned left onto Main off of Thompson Boulevard.
Isn't that funny, eh?
And I just laughed and laughed in joy.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah.
And do you know why the world is getting left behind? Because you just told me it was at the junction of Main and Thompson, because everything else here is empty. It's empty. This is the empty shell. I'm really just whatever. Anyway, we got 484 jumping in. We got about 4 minutes left here, so we get the last comments, and we'll see if I show up tomorrow or not. Right now, I don't think so. We'll see how I feel. It depends on the shifts, consciousness with you guys. No more mittens, no more strings. 484. What's your say in the matter, the creation of the mother?
Well, I was thinking of a more personal word, overwhelming.
Oh, overwhelming? Okay,
I'm so overwhelmed.
Okay, well,
I don't want to explode.
Well, I'll tell you, because you've got the creation of truth. Yeah, that's definitely going to be overwhelming. Whelming. Well, let's silence the W and make you a singularity. Get you on the helm of ink, your own writing. So overhelm ink. So in the creation of truth, grab your helm and start writing. It's not so overwhelming anymore, is it?
Nope.
takes you out of the state of that the ego wants to take on everything all at the same time. That's what ego does. It loves to overwhelm you. So, the easy way to stop that.
I just recently been actually catching on to your show, and I've been sitting back and just like researching and listening to all kinds of channels without anyone around me, without anyone chiming in, just me, myself, and and I just been finding myself, a piece of myself in everyone, pretty much.
Isn't that great?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get it, you get it.
It's best when you do it by yourself and you don't have a group with you around you, like chiming in and giving all their remarks and opinions.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things too. When I wake up first thing in the day, the last thing I want to hear is, "Hey, how's it going?" Because what it does is, when I wake up, I stay in the between worlds, and I'll walk around in that for a while. I'll walk around that for as long as I can until something distracts me.
Yeah, I've been finding out too. All the people I've been listening to, it wasn't. Now I fully realize it's not the words or what people were saying. I was following the vibration through to here, where I am right now.
Do you know why?
There's some things. There's some things that I would be thinking, some concepts I would be downloading, and I would stumble on a video, and you would be saying the same thing I was just thinking, like previously.
That's the way it's supposed to be, and this is why it's that's Horus, that's ours, our class. So we've left the hourglass of Orion, moved into our class of spirit. So look at good morning. I changed it into this is what you need to be, Ku, which is the Ku, soft of the note of love, instead of the hex of the double creation, crucified. Mourning. Well, mourning is a beautiful time of day, or something you really don't want to do at a funeral. So what happens when someone says good morning to me, they've just taken my spirit to the funeral.
Yeah, you broke my name down in a previous show, Eric.
Yeah.
When you were saying epic and my last name Chushan, that's my full name is Eric Scott Chushan, and an anagram of my full name is Christ Counteract.
There you go.
Using all my letters of my full name, and I'm a Capricorn.
Now that's how to play the game. Someone's looking at their game.
There we go.
Thank you. That's the shit I'm talking about.
There we go.
Thank you. Welcome home.
And I live on Adams Street. I'm in a little village.
No, you don't. That's a coincidence, huh?
In a little village of Egypt in the subsection of Whitehall.
Oh, did you think I said something negative? What I was saying is no, K-N-O-W, your dawning of love. Dawn T. I know what you're wearing. Know what you're wearing. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Welcome.
Isn't it fun?
Welcome to the Last Supper.
We all come.
Well, I've been working on cleaning out my inner self from the 7 inner demons of fear, guilt, shame, and grief, lies, illusions, and attachment.
Yeah. We're out of time here, guys. We're going to roll off any second. But I just want to say I love you, and who knows? If I'm back, I'm back. If I'm not, well, you know where I am. I'm the universe. Love you all.
Sweet dreams.
Love you.
Kate.
Thank you, everyone. Love you, Colleen. And
I love you, Jan.
I'm amazed.
Sweet dreams.
I'm amazed that we're still going here.
I know.
Well, we're already at 9:59. I'm usually out by now. This is fun. I'm just waiting to see how long this goes, to see if we actually hit 10 bells, which is never done. 9:59. The countdown is here. The quickening is on us. Yeah, I should listen to that. And remember, there's an infinite version of me in every one of your optional timelines. And in one of them, you're actually going to listen. It'll be this one, in the true now of your conscious state of being, or it'll be in the other timeline once you drop that body you're in, to come back and do it again. Same routine over and over until you figure it out. Whatever it takes. You'll get there, or you won't, but you will eventually. Anyway, I'm going to open up the line for Janet to bring her in, then I'm going to read out the spreads that I did today, and I know the game is over, so let's get Janet's mic open here.
Hey,
hey, there you are. There you are. How are you, hon?
Oh, really good. Great. Yeah, that was really, really intense. Wow.
Well,
but you always are very intense and very much of a singularity. That's what I got. You are just one talking singularity.
I
awesome.
know me.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you.
And what happens when you finally get to say what happens when you say I know me? Well, guess what you return to? Pure force, power source. Magnetic electric. Yeah. It's a fun game, isn't it?
Oh, man. It's intense.
it's been quite a week, you know. Not only did we, you know, we've got the keys for the Vonage manuscript. Yawn. Okay. We have the Secret of the Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 3 circular muscles in your body.
And the KRT.
Yeah. Right, you got the three sphincters are your Anu, your heart as below, your heart at Leo, and your pearly gates, your heart as above. That's the mouth, that's a Taurus. And what comes out of your heart from above is the combination of both hearts. What are you creating in your Virgo, your womb? What are you creating in your heart? That's when it bypasses all the Taurus and goes into the Taurus pure. But you got to neutralize the words and the intents contained within them. Yeah, intense. Yeah, it's certainly intense. You should try being on the side of the fence. The grass is greener here, by the way. Well,
Yep,
it's
doubt.
like this. Well, you got the grass. Let's take the G out and put in the K, shall we? The cross, or cross. Yeah, the cross is greener on the other side. It's not the one you're going to get crucified on, by the way. It's the one you finally climb down from and go. Yeah. Welcome to the Emerald Table of Thought.
Yeah.
That's where you are right now. I can hear some egos going.
I put my emeralds on, my emerald mirror ears. I was working with that one the other day.
Yeah, the Emerald.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
It's just everything is just so connected and just so like I've never downloaded so much ever that, I remember.
Well, here I didn't actually grab it, but I will right now. I'm going to grab the Mayan book. The two cards I drew were Ahau and Manic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man I key. Yeah, it's Enki. It all ties together. So here, let me just grab it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got just gonna grab the book. Tip tapping along. I actually wrote out. I did a Celtic spread. I only do Celtics when I want full answers to see where things are going. Double card spreads, just give an overview. So let me see. Oh, energy. Isn't it interesting? Okay, let me see. What do we got? All right. Well, let's start off with the Mayan and go from there. We got the Ahau and the Manic. Let me go through the Manic. That was on page 62. Infinity, of course. Everything matters. You just have to see. It's like the saying of for some reason, right? And instead of saying for some reason, it's for a reason. Get rid of the doubt, right? That's Piscean.
Yeah.
You must see the reason why. Okay, so here we go. Manik. The common Mayan usage is grasp or deer. All right, so let's take the grasp and fix that up. Yeah, there it is. Crossrow. We're at the crossroads.
Oh, yeah.
I'm showing you the end of the game tonight. It's done. We're done. And the qualities of Manic are completion, gateway, open ink. Oh, there we go. Beauty, identification, right? Interesting word that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dance, right? Mudras, divination. Here, I'm actually going to mute you out, Janet, because I love you.
That's fine.
It's just
I love you too. No problem.
Just any sounds, it just derails me. So I'm in the silence.
This is just a phone. It's not a good connection.
It's all good, hon. So just I'll bring you back in as soon as I'm done this. So just hang tight. You're here. All right, there we go. So what do we got here? We have mudras. So let me see. Oh, let's take the D and make it. Oh, look at that. Mute. Ras. Okay. Divination. So let me see. T. V. Ination. Oh, there's that transvestite thing going on again. Acting as if. See, that's where you can step in and out of all roles. You are not a physical meat stick. You are actually a spiritual being. The physical meat stick is all about ownership. It's all about that's mine, they're mine, it's mine, all mine, mine. That's your seagulls, right? Spiritual tools, priest and priestess in one. Isn't that funny how that works? So let's silence that little bit of a hex called P. We'll remove the P and let's get the princess going here. What we have is the Riast or rest and the rest of Isis. Sounds like all of creation to me. Yep, I'll do a little Nike symbol there. And, of course, an X because life marks the spot. It's right and wrong at the same time. Ego says one or the other. Spirit says, I'm good. Or coot. Coot? Isn't that an interesting word? Coup. Well, coup d'etat? Yeah, we've taken it over, okay. Or the calmness of a dove going coo. And that is in the T. It's the coo of the crucifixion or the calm of the kappa ta L. Remind me about that one, guys. I'm just writing kappa ta L. I'm going to show you why everyone thinks the slave name is the slave, and it's actually the master name at the same time. I love showing the mirrors here. Symbols. Okay, well, what are the odds that it's a tsunami? Hand. So that's Ha, which is, there's your mirror of aha, right? That is creation. That's the opening and closing of the DNA, the A to H. The A vertical to the A upside down to it, to an H, to an A, again, and it creates the X. It's all here. It's so easy to see. And of course the H-A, ha, that is mine, in the note of love, because we get rid of the D and put the T in properly. The number is 7. Oh, mystic power? Yeah, I'm really thinking that the creation of truth mine is the mystic power. Yep, we got that one. That makes you the MP, right? Color is magnetic blue. Oh, look, I found the blue blood. That's all this confirms to me. The blue blood is the spirit. It's not a physical thing. Blue-blued. How about that? The herbs are loose strife and dogwood. So lose the strife. Yeah, that means to find peace. And dogwood, well, let's flip that around into what it should be. D is the T, and the G is the K. So we have, there's that woot coming up again, right? Interesting word. I'll have to have a look at that one. That's pretty cool, actually, for the dogwood. Flowers are blue aster, blue chrysanthemum, blue cornflower, bachelor's buttons. What are the odds of that? And the flower essence is Madia or Mattia. Matteo, Mattia. I have a good close friend, Matteo, that gets what's going on. Let me see. Expanding perspectives. Isn't that interesting? So if you're still stuck in a meat stick, you're only going to see things from a very polarized position. And the scent is sandalwood. Stones are moonstone, water sapphire, blue quartz. And you're only going to find gold in quartz, right? Or the quarters of the heart. And it's blue calcite as well. The element is water. Direction is west. Now, the shadow wisdom of manic, or manic, manic, depressive, indeed. You have issues of completing things, taking on too much, feeling inadequate. So I go through these and I go, in my mirror, issues of completing things? No, got that one. Taking on too much? Took on the universe, not a problem there. Feeling inadequate? Not at all. Pressured? No. No, everything passes through me. Or scattered? Well, in a fractal sense, yeah, absolutely scattered. Issues of acquiring tools? No, got those. Thinking the tool has the power. That's being the tool. So no, we got that one solved too. Also the shadow transformation. Become aware of your resistances. Yeah, that's why I let things travel through me. I'm a capacitor, not a resistor. I don't have Ohm's law going on anymore. I just reflect it back out. That's why people get very, very angry with me very quick and run away, because I reflect it back instantly. And it's ego, we'll call it ego, and that's normal. I'm used to that. It happens everywhere, every time. You've heard it on the air. I live it. Become aware of your resistances and distractions. No, I got the blinders on this one. This horse has got the blinders on for the finish line. This is a run for the roses, and I see the finish line. Learn to finish what you start. Yep, that's what I'm here to do. Finish what I started. Taking satisfaction in each step along the way. Yep, got that one. Use commitment. I don't know, am I committed to this? Maybe. I might do a show on occasion about it. Focused intention. Yeah, I think I've got that one pretty good. And openness to help you complete. Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. I'm looking for all the things that I need to scrape off and cut the last of the puppet strings. Experience yourself as a tool of the light. Yeah, I have no problem, Christ consciousness, on my knees to creation. And the harmonic wisdom is resolution. So, look, it's all resolved. Resolution. Resolute. And what is a lute? Well, a lute's an instrument, isn't it? So that's the res. Oh, what was that? Phoenician again? Res? Oh, that's right, duality. Res. O, creation. Lute. Lu, in lieu of. Yeah, well, I took the uppercase, kappa ta el, flesh nearest the heart. Feed well. To the error I see, may the sting of your own tail, T-A-L-E, sink deep. And to the braying donkey and your wife, enjoy the grid of the matrix you're in, that you haven't seen the spirit, but rather the phi psi call. Enjoy the harvest of your Virgo womb, tomb. Lovely presents to open. Sorry, all gifts of that nature I return. Just like that. If you are seeing the physical, you are fucking blind. And I will choose at some point tonight whether I will continue or be done with it. Pontius Pilate this whole thing. There are those that do get it, but I find it rather ironic that those closest to me never seem to. They pretend to. They say they do. But the mirror I cast is so blatantly blinding. I know, because it blinded me for a while. It was my own. And all I'm trying to do is show this. The ego, like the body snatchers, loves to imprint its emotions on others. And the ego will snatch body time after time. This is why when people try to imprint me with their shitty attitude emotions, that's all it is to me. It's just child. I will not wear that garbage. I have my coat of many colors. You all have that same coat. It's up to you whether you wish to wear it or not. That is your free will choice. There is no easy way to say this, just a simple way. If you see the physical only and are caught in the emotional traps and keep going in the literal circle games, then you are of this world, and you will stay of this world until you finally figure out what it is I'm trying to share with you. Those that see beyond the veil, across the meadow, pierce the veil of forgetfulness, that remember who and what you are, and there are many of you out there. I know, I talk with you. You are condemned to repeat this until you get it. Don't worry, we're all coming home. It's up to you whether, you go this round or you wait for another, 1,000 lifetimes or so. It's entirely up to you. Either way, you're coming home. Even the darkest of dark will come home, completely neutralized of all the evil that we no longer need. Emotions, well, that's where you're going to get evil created. That's where you're going to get duality, and it's shown in all of the sounds of the words and the spells that you are trapped in or have accordingly set yourself free of. And those that are seeing the magic of what it is I'm speaking of are well on your way, because you're understanding what's going on. So in the greatest joy and bliss of this game, I also have the deepest sorrow at the same time. I have grown long weary of people attacking me based on their own assumptions and presumptions of ego. The rumor mongerers go down. The assumers and presumers are now the consumed. Assume, presume, consume. Stay in Babylon, by all means, please, until you've wearied of it, as I have, and many of us have. And you'll be welcomed home, just like the rest of us will be. It's your call. Literally. Your ka-el. Your ka-se, cause. Now you can stay in the left and be the call, the called, or you can move to the right, divine right, where your rights actually have some teeth, pearly gates open up. and pure heaven pours forth. And at the same time, in the physical sense, pure hell as well. Because heaven is hell. It's easy to prove. Helios, the sun god. Hell, where Hades lives. Flip out the D for the T and you'll understand what it's all about. That love is hate, hate is love. Use the Coptic key, you'll see it. Remove the vowels that were assumed and presumed for you, and understand that every vowel that you utter using someone else's intent is yours. I'm merely taking your blinders off. So please feel free to think and assume that I owe you something. Feel free to think that it's okay to assume and presume and steal from me. That's okay. Have a look and see what transpired during any interaction with me. And take a measure of the balance of the abundance left behind of the things that were created had I not been there, would not exist. Have a look. Have a real look. And the spears that were thrust in my side are returned full. Unconditionally, they're yours. And I love you that much that I will give back the wars and the rumors of wars. And don't worry, you will get to feel the crucifixions as I have. And you will ask yourself the question, why do I continue to do this when people still want to just beat the shit out of me? Well, that's what judgment does. That's what ego does. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. It won't be this time, I don't think. And that's okay too. Take your pound of flesh. That's what you lust for. That's where you live. And that's what you will be until you finally wake up to what you are. Enjoy the over again game.
You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening. Welcome to the final edition of Outside the Box with yours truly, Kate of Gaia. Well, it's the final one for those that don't get it. Where to begin? Wow, that's an out the gate, eh? Has to be Saturn Day night. Of course it is. Set. The sun is set. Yeah. I had a great chat today with James and Mark and Mike. First with James, then of course Mike came in, then Mark came in. It was I'm hoping that they'll join me tonight so that we can bring back some of the moments of decoding the Coptic key, and it's all in the phonics. The Coptic key is assembled. That's the 8-pointed star. You'll see it at the front of Bill Donohue's Hannibal Lectern. Yeah, they're all clues. Anyway, it's the 8-pointed star, the Coptic key, and it does involve all the vowels. But more importantly, it's the with sound minds I'm interested in. The vowels, well, I'll place those wherever I feel like it, because it's dangerous to let someone assume your vowels for you. You see, that's what happens when you use vowels of your writing. So me, I've neutralized them because I know that they mean every single vowel. An A can be an E, can be an I, can be an O, can be a U, and can sometimes be a Y too. So the 4 letters that are contained within the Coptic key are the K, the spirit, the X, the life, the T, the note of love, the law of truth, and the Y, that's your tree of life. Okay, so have a look and you'll see the mirror of everything in the Coptic key. It's the K on its back facing a K looking up. It also contains, if you want, multiple letter A's, but let's keep the vowel L's out of it because we know that consciousness is yin, yang, E, and A anyway. Okay, so the Coptic key is the assembly of the consonants. So these are the lost consonants of Atlantis and Lemuria. So let me just carry on a little bit here. try to discharge some energy. I did a card spread for both the Mayan and the Arthurian. See, a lot of people have a tendency of thinking that somehow I'm physical. Well, we all think that. You know, we play in a physical game, but I'm certainly most certainly not physical, because I know what my energy is. And I know exactly what's happening here with regards to the interplay of energies, as, you know, like poles repel and like poles attract. And the game is getting decidedly faster. So basically I'm at the point now, well, something's going to give, and it's going to give real quick, and it's going to be a twinkling of an eye, and the rapture is going to happen, and there's only going to be 144,000 left, where the rest get to drop body and play again. Don't worry, you get Groundhog Day, you get to come back to your point of origin, and you'll be at the point of listening to this show. Or actually, here's the irony, because my feeling is that those that are tuned in here are okay. So anyway, it's interesting, to say the least. The riddle of the Sphinx, let me see. The Coptic key. Oh, I've talked to James and Mike and Mark about the turning of the seal in Ireland and what it really is. So the turning of the seal has occurred, and I explained it energetically, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But in the meantime, first thing I want to do is really play hardball with those that think it's okay to stick a spear in the crucified, the Roman soldier that threw the spear of destiny into the side of Christ. That's the spear you get to wear. That's your spear of destiny. So here it is, a special note to those that wished for me to save them. Well, I did, but you missed it, or dismissed it, more accurately. Trapped in the physical illusion of thinking they are giving, where conditions applied. Only one question remains. What did you want from me to qualify for your gift? I simply existed in an unoccupied space, giving heat from the body. By the way, body temperature is higher than room temperature, so there's actually a giving of heat. So if you want to think about a hydro bill or heating bill, the fact that more heat came out of me lessened that expense. Just like a drop of water in the ocean still raises the level of the ocean, after all. So I simply existed in an unoccupied space. Well, you weren't there, but your possessions around you were. That's what's possessing you. See, that was the irony of my own home. My door was open to all, without condition. The only time that would ever go out of balance is if someone kept taking and taking and taking without trying to balance their own energy, right? Taking negative, giving positive, ebb and flow. So when you want to be a negative tidal wave of taking from me, don't worry, this negative bitch inside the true essence of the negative divine feminine, which is the bar magnet, the silence. Oh, I will repel you, I promise. And that repelling that you get will be you repelling back down the mountain into the valley for the kid goat you are. Only the true coats of many colors climb to the top of this mountain, because they see their own mirror. That's the modus operandi of the one mirror mountain, you might say. But there it is anagogically. So let me carry on here. I simply existed in an unoccupied space. This is, by the way, a creation. This is a spell. Going out in its complete unconditional, accepting all things. I accept it. Those that wish to harm me wish to be harmed. Fine. Go ahead. Those that wish to judge me, go ahead. You're only judging yourself. See, I'm coming from a benevolent position. I want nothing from anyone. And the truth is, anywhere I've ever been in my life, I've always left abundance. But most could never see that. Instead, they would rather steal from me, in one way or another. That's because they're possessed of their possessions. They're possessed of needing a savior. They're possessed of wanting someone to save them. I've encountered many people like that. I actually used to do that too. That's why I can see it. I looked in my own mirror and said, oh, better not do that. Better save myself. Yep, that's the ticket home. And I'm calling in all the ships. Boat number 42, all come in. So I simply existed in an unoccupied space, giving heat from the body, which actually saved on your heating costs, gave knowledge to escape freely, brought abundance, and somehow I am the demon that you must steal from. Imagine that. You are blind to real abundance based on your own greed, your own need for someone to save you. And that is your weakness or your weak knees, your lack of Christ consciousness within. You are as but a child killed. Child killed, CH makes a cuss sound. Of this world. You were killed of this world and are condemned to repeat it. There's your P. Princess and the P? Well, I'll choose the princess, thanks. That's the ISIS. I could go on in every word here, but yeah, condemned, condemned, same thing, same sound. I can make it sound whatever way I want because I change the intent of the vowel as I wish because I'm a creator. You are as but a killed of this world and are condemned to repeat. There's your key row. This until you yourself awaken to the point you will be playing my role here. Enjoy. We'll see how you feel when you've placed yourself on your own cross of crucifixion to find the unconditional love. For those that you are still unconditionally loving to come and stick spears in you. Verbal, physical, doesn't matter to me. They're all the same. It's all about intent. You see, I live in the spirit realm. I live in the energy realm. And intentions are as spears of destiny getting thrust at me. Well, they will bounce off in the white solar mirror from this griffin, Leo sun, Virgo moon, dragon. We take the hex out of the griffin and we have the cry phonics, the cry of the phoenix. Can you hear her? I did. You're condemned to repeat this until you yourself awaken to the point you will be playing my role here. There are 7.3 billion in the lineup, so where are you? Did I ever negate you with a lack of gratitude for the gifts I see, that I accepted unconditionally, while I brought abundance into your lives? To what extent has your lack of emotional control caused you to want to destroy or undermine the law of truth I chose to stand in? What manner of tricks, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids, are your fully in control egos presenting? No, I'm done with you, and I grant you the crucifixions you yearn for to learn. Your wars to wear, your wares, I don't take your wares, you can wear them yourself, and your rumors of wars now come to pass where your energies, that's your anarchy, the key of the heart, or the chaos, sicken me to the core of my vertigo. And I mean that literally. Your seething hatred fully returns in your mirror, where I choose the Lamb of Peace. So please continue to see only physical attributes. To tribute? See only the physical tributes and miss the unconditional law of truth that transcends all these things. In your quests of ownership, be it homes, children, meat stick, relationships, you are a traitor and a traitor of and to creation herself. Enjoy Groundhog Day again, so mote it be. Postscript. So please continue to attack the only one who ever loved you unconditionally, and trade the ace of spades for the shovel to dig the deepest grave of all. The attack of shame is the mirror of blame. Wear it now, since you wear it so well. I no longer law and key ro. I no longer accept it. I no longer accept your perpetual attempts to crucify magnetic electric me on the cross to bear, the one that you need to bear, to leave it naked for the eyes and the ears to hear and see in the mirrors. Hear with your eyes, see with your ears. Where I wish no harm, N-O harm, you wish no harm, K-N-O-W harm. So Shylock, here's your pound of